recording. All right. Welcome to Folk Band session number. And last sessions, we had a very nice. Let me get the. I'm going to go ahead and get the very limited message of the day up here. Here we go. Okay. So last couple sessions ago, we had a kind of a nice day in Gauntlgrym. No world-ending problems to immediately deal with. Folk Band get a chance to kind of catch their breath. Naruk is brought face to face with a figure from his past. Mam prepares a special ritual and has a chance to speak to an old dwarven wizard. While Nyx learns all about black powder and does a little bit of shopping. And then later that evening, Zwasos, Naruk, and Vark teamed up with old friend Squee to clear some undead from a new section of tunnels that were recently unearthed in the Dwarven complex. After taking care of those undead and killing what seemed like a minor lich, the folk band made their way back up to their living quarters and all gathered up to kind of decide what they're going to do next, or finish shopping, or talk to some dwarves, or who knows. Let's find out together what the folk band's going to do today.
Well, what was can you remind me about what happened with my Eye of Selithor?
Yes, absolutely. So as you were finishing up Mam's ritual, Brunner let you know that he had a meeting he needed to attend. Comes to find out, he believed he was meeting with the Eye of Selithor Guild to open up some trade relations. And when Naruk heard the name of the emissary, Tunzul, he was immediately frozen as his trauma from his past all came rushing back to him, and used the opportunity to confront Tunzul, who at first did not want to admit anything to do with what Naruk was talking about, but eventually he got cornered, dropped the act, and admitted that he was no longer a part of the Eye of Selithor and was actually there to con King Brunner out of some gold, bringing some very minorly enchanted magic items and trying to pawn them off as very, very powerful items. It did not work out, and the folk band kind of figured that out. Nyx pounced on him, and that's kind of where they are right now. Nyx is sitting on top of Tunzul, and the group has so far managed to prevent Brunner from cutting his hands off and kicking him out of the mountain. And Nyx came up with a plan that perhaps he wants to do some actual trading with Salty and the Salty Six crew. And although he seemed a little reluctant at first, he decided that was in his best interest, and he is very excited about the plan and to be a part of it. So the only question left is, what do you want to do with him? Do you want to ship him off? Do you want to maybe try to get back the Tapestry of Selithor? Perhaps might be an opportunity for Naruk to get back in their good graces, or keep it for himself and be the second folk bander that can fly.
Right, because it's like a magic flying tapestry.
I was trying to see who else was. It was Tunzul and Ferrax?
And his partner Ferrax.
Yes, Ferrax. That's right. Yes.
So Tunzul
Ferrax got caught, but he was let go. But they don't know. But Tunzul doesn't know where he is.
Well, doesn't Tunzul? I thought Tunzul knew where he was.
Tunzul said he did not know exactly where Ferrax was in that exact moment.
I'll just assume that. Can't argue with a lot of notes, so I'll just, all right.
And Tunzul doesn't know where he was where Ferrax was in this exact moment, which means he's been with the dwarves. So who knows?
Yeah. Right. Faulty narrative from a faulty friend. quite frankly.
Yes.
I want to discuss this with my real friends. What shall we do? I'm disconnected with this person. I don't.
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
He's been
I
out of
don't
my
know if
hair
you.
this whole time, so it's fine.
I mean, I don't know if you remember what Salty shared with us, but wait. And Nick has this look of like, I forget when people join. And it's like,
Forget who knows what.
yeah. Salty shared that they used to be called pirates, but they weren't really pirates. They just hired people that either were, you know, from like got out of prison or did sketchy deals and then like not necessarily rehab them, but maybe rehab them into like a better. Anyway, I think it's a really good opportunity. Fun time still here. Am I still on top of him? I think
Yes.
Yeah.
Discussing that is why I pounced on him. Yes.
Yeah. Sitting on him, sharpening your nails, talking about all this
just
stuff.
like picking all the stuff underneath them.
So you're saying it's a good opportunity to
Teach them some actual skills and not rip people off.
sure.
Just direct eye contact.
He's like, yes, that sounds like a great idea. I want to do that.
All right, so we will need to get in contact with Salty. And in the meantime, do you have a place to keep him? I'm going to look at the king.
Bruno's like, oh yeah, I got a place to keep him.
Yeah.
Great.
Good. Someone tell me you'll keep him in. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And
You'll
he's
keep
like,
him.
I can be of more use to you than like in a I assume a cell. I mean, you could just kind of let me go.
I mean, you need a place to stay.
Definitely, yes.
You
Just
need
maybe
a place
not here. Not big on.
I mean, it's
This
either
is fine.
here or you get to stay with a Minotaur.
A Minotaur
Don't we have a Minotaur? Yes, we do.
somewhere.
If I recall, your options were between King Bruner's treatment of what he does with folks like you,
That's true.
and our offer of joining our friend Salty.
Yes, let's do the salty thing. But I'm just saying that maybe I could meet him somewhere, or not, and I'll just wait here. That's fine too.
I think it's better that you wait here.
I think that's best.
You do need to get in contact with Salty, though.
But I mean, you could. You could also. I could take you to meet Ferrax, and you could, get the tapestry that you really want, right? Maybe.
No, that's enough.
I mean, I would if we could rehab 2 people, that would be great. But he gets the same treatment.
Yeah, I'm sure he would love to. Okay, I don't know that he would like that, but I would like to not. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Well,
He
we
probably
have
won't like
business
that,
here.
but I think he'll like that option better than whatever other option you're gonna give him. Probably.
Yeah. And then I look at Nuruk. So we have other business, but we can find your other friend. You can talk to your other friend.
Quite frankly, I'm so detached from the situation. Sunzul, how far you have fallen. Trying to sell faulty wares. We come from a guild of noble merchants. What are you doing?
Sorry, man. I kind of joined the guild for this. I don't know. I mean, I see that you kind of like the whole honorable thing, but that was never really my thing, man.
I can see that now.
But I'm excited to do that now.
Are you?
I'm not, but I'm willing.
The trust
At
has
least
been
he's
broken.
willing. At least he's willing.
The trust hath been broken.
The trust yes.
My camel heart. My camel heart hurts.
Sorry, man. We really didn't mean to leave you.
Are we doing something? Were we doing something else? Like, wasn't there another thing that we were?
Oh, there's like a million things you guys are in the middle of.
I thought we were on the way to do something else. But I mean, if we want to go for this, I mean, if we aren't,
I think we keep him in storage for now.
yes.
And then I was learning about black powder, and then we were also trying to sort out here before we fully left, because there was the whole keeping it secured, so making sure the tunnels were secured before we left, and there's a lot we have to do before we leave, and we also have to make sure Salty's on the way so that we can meet him, and that your friend, and I just grabbed Tanzul, doesn't leave wherever he is.
Yes. Yes.
Well, maybe you could kill two birds with one stone, because I mean, if your friend is on the water, he could just kind of stop and I mean, I don't know where he is.
He can stop where? He can stop where?
He can stop in Port Llast. He's in Port Llast.
Port Llast.
He's
got a
yeah. He's got a bar. He owns a tavern. Yeah, he owns a tavern.
He owns a tavern in Port Llast, eh?
He does. It's
Isn't Port Llast one of the places?
I knew you'd tell the truth eventually, friend.
Shit.
Did he? Can I see? Is he telling the truth?
If he is,
you can
too
do
nice, Nix. I'm too nice. Maybe this guild was never.
Insight check.
Insight. Yeah. Well, I'll just throw it to everybody because.
How far away is Port Llast?
I'll show you on the map here.
Is it like a day trip?
Insight. There you go. So Gauntlgrym is here. That's where you are now.
Wait, where? I need a map.
And Port Llast is right there.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a map.
I don't see a map.
Me neither.
Oh, whoops. Oh, I shared it before you all joined. Okay. So Sword Coast map. There's Gauntlgrym. That's where you are now.
Yeah.
And then Port Llast is here. So it's just on the other side of the mountains.
Oh, okay.
But you also know that Port Llast was hit by the frost giants.
Where
there was two maps, sure.
Where are the fire giants? And where did they want to take where did we hear that they were planning to take the Dawn Titan?
So the fire giants, they've been popping up everywhere. Like they've been popping up in certain places and recovering artifacts. But their like home base is Iron Slag, which is their mountain cavern. And it's on the map called the North, and it is.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, it's up here.
Did we have reason to believe that they were going to bring the Dawn Titan there?
That's what you believed they were doing. Okay. I forget how or why you knew that, but that
because of the notes that was left by the
Michael, can you mute? Thank you.
The notes that were left by the mysterious one.
Oh, by the faceless one. Yeah, I have it right
by
here.
the faceless one.
I'll steal the Titan, and we will take it to Iron Slag together. Don't be late.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me see.
Wow.
Monastery. I have like a bunch of journal entries that I need to like.
They've also been redirecting troops to Port Llast, the
Yes,
Zentarum.
they have. Yes.
Oh, geez, really?
Yeah.
So
I just don't recall Port Llast. Okay.
Yes, I remember that Port Llast was one of the. There was several places: Mirabar, Wonford, Port Llast. Mirabar has pulled from the Lord's Alliance.
Yeah, I know
Wonford,
Mirabar.
they said good riddance because it's like a.
Wasn't Mirabar? Mirabar was previously, what was the people who used to control Mirabar, but it was taken over. They lost.
They were from the Lord Alliance, and then they got attacked.
Their sister city got attacked, and so they left the Lord's Alliance because they felt the Lord's Alliance just kind of left them, didn't help.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. If it's helpful, I added some quests. So if on the right side there's a under campaign, there's a button, there's a section for quests.
Oh, excellent.
I've been trying to remember all the different side quests and stuff that I've thrown at you, and I'll try to kind of keep them there so you can see. Anytime you're not really sure what to do, you can look at your quests and see what's still kind of outstanding.
I mean, we need to find the evidence.
I don't know that they're all in there, but if I think of them,
I have. Well, the Owlbear Monastery is complete. Defeat the frost giants at Port Llast. Holy shit! Find who attacked Vandalin and Lywin.
Did we do the grandfather tree?
Nope.
Damn. Yeah, we do have.
Yeah, we never actually went to the grandfather tree.
Yeah,
right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we
yes,
did.
We did.
Did we?
You were there briefly, and then found out later that there was something going on there.
Okay.
Oh, wait. So, well, what does the quest itself say? Yes. So Sir Alikik asked the Zwasos to check in on the grandfather tree because the pilgrimages have stopped and there's possibly evil there. When you went to the grandfather tree, you saw that there was nobody there. But that was on your way to the Feywild, so you didn't stop and check anything out.
Yes, there was.
There were people. Remember, we tied them up, and I exploded someone's head.
No, that was at the crossing to the Feywild. That wasn't at the grandfather tree itself. It was close.
I thought the grandfather tree was the.
Yeah, because we went up onto the stump and then walked down it.
Yeah, that wasn't the grandfather tree. That was north of the grandfather tree.
Wow. Okay.
That was the portal. I thought the grandfather tree was the portal.
I thought the grandfather tree. I thought that was the grandfather tree.
I know.
That was separate.
Okay. That was separate. Yep. Okay. So we never went to the fuck. Okay. Well.
Well, come on, Zwasos.
Whoops. Mercenaries for the Zentarum is suspected. Shit. I'm sorry. I'm going through all of my notes and they're not great.
Assuming we're kind of having this, conversation about what to do and everything, and we're here talking to Tunzul. Ma'am will say, Port Llast is just a little ways north of Neverwinter. I could get us to Neverwinter with a teleportation circle, and if we could get in contact with Salty, maybe he could meet us there. Take this one and bring us up to the port.
As long as I still get to learn about gunpowder before we leave.
Oh yeah, I didn't stock the spell today, so I need to. We'd be leaving tomorrow morning, earliest.
Got it.
That's just my thought.
Recover the tapestry. Oh my goodness. Oh, I keep seeing things getting added. Okay.
Yeah, I just added that. Yeah, I'll try to remember to do that as things get added to your pile of quests.
I do like that. I do like having.
I
Okay.
thought that was
Okay.
helpful.
Yeah.
Here's the shit where like now we're gonna have like issues crossing over. Like the Harpers say good riddance to Wumford, but now I'm remembering that the Emerald Enclave, my group, said, hey, could you get them to stop? Oh shit.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, there's something that someone I care about cares about. Well, that needs to be taken care of.
I just.
Like anything for anyone in the Folkman. Newark, you want to go after this Ferrax, right?
Well, I quickly glanced at Tunzul, and my previous anger has quite frankly, turned to shame. I'm detached from the situation. I've been with this folk band for 2 years now. I've no relationship with this I've Selethor or the tapestry, so it's not a priority in my book. Quite frankly, it's just it'd be nice to fly, but hey, I can survive without it.
Insight check. Insight check.
Insight check. What?
Are you trying to play this off but actually super care about it?
No, no, I really don't.
Are you telling the truth?
Very good.
What, you don't trust me after all these
I
years?
trust you, but I also know that you just said I would really like to fly, but
I did say that. Okay, I might have said that in a. No, I said that wasn't meant to. That came out wrong. I don't care. That's really what I'm saying.
And
What about the ability to fly is cool, but it's not. I feel like not a priority. I don't.
Well, what's the time frame here? Like, how quickly can we get the tapestry? Because if we had it before we went to Neverwinter, it could make our trip to Port Llast quite a bit quicker.
Well, I think Port Llast just sounds like kind of a shit.
The carpet is in Port Llast.
We would have to get to Port Llast.
And Port Llast, quite frankly, sounds like a shit show. So I don't know.
I think, that's kind of maybe
you
why
don't
we
want to
need to
deal
go
with
there
frost
anyways.
We have to go there anyways. You don't want to deal with frost
we do.
giants? Yeah, we do. We do.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, you don't have to. It's an option.
Yeah, I don't feel like
There's
it.
lots of options.
We could just go become farmers and
Right.
We
Yeah,
do
bounty
have
hunters.
satellite
Giants.
ranches.
I'm pretty sure you all have enough
Satellite
gold
ranches.
to live off of for the rest of your lives.
Yeah.
So I mean, you don't have to even be adventurers anymore.
Ma'am just pieces. She's
That's true.
gonna go start a library.
Yep.
Yep.
You just live at Gauntlgrym now.
I like it here.
Zwasos would not be happy with doing anything other than adventure. So I guess
that
it's a good
sounds
thing he's not going to live very long anyway.
Sat still for long enough.
He's got maybe 30 years left, and then he's. And then he'll die.
Nick starts a separate monastery that's linked to the Feywild.
It would be cool if we started investing in real estate. We just had real estate all around.
Well, we do have satellite ranches. We really should. Anyway, the giant problem, the frost giants and the hill giants. I think we took care of the fire giants. No.
Okay, I see. Okay, so
hang on. So the frost giants are at Port Llast. That's where your other friend is.
Yeah.
The hill giants are Belliard and Wumford. We could find who attacked Fandolin and Lylon. I thought we knew. There's the grandfather tree, which means a lot to Nyx and Zwasos. There's the phylactery, if we ever really want to find that.
Man, definitely wants to find that.
I'm also.
I think we
gotta get that shit.
I kind of forgot about that, but I think that will be something Ma'am will be researching.
Yeah.
We need
for sure. The
to
phylactery has
take
to go.
care of the. We need to take care of the giants first. We need
I am gonna metagame right now and say that I am looking at XP right now. Just how much each XP.
No.
Just saying.
But if we recover
Yeah,
the
it's 10
tapestry
10K.
and take care of the frost giants,
That's 15K right there. That's good.
and
For
it
the
gives
frost giants?
bonus.
25K. Oh, I get that. Yeah, that's got to be less than.
I'm sorry. Is there like a is there like a
Crazy.
is there a
Sorry.
table
I
or
don't know why
something
you made that so
is available that I'm missing?
What's that?
Is there a table? Like I hear Mario saying he's looking at.
Quests.
Yeah, so
If you
to
go under
campaign,
campaigns and hit the quests. That's your list of ongoing quests that I remembered when I added them. There may be others that I didn't remember to add here.
Well, I mean, I'm down for that. I'm going to Port Llast. Just saying, I'm going to Port Llast to defeat the frost giants. But I will, if we do that, I will look for the tapestry of South Thor as well.
I think since you're so close, it just
Right.
makes sense to go there.
It would make sense. Yeah, but I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
if I don't know, you said that your Emerald, your clan, whatever, they need help. If you want to help them, I wouldn't.
There's a lot of people who need help right now. The giants are everywhere. Let's do the thing
Yeah.
that's closest.
All right, go. Hey,
I agree. We gotta. I
Did
mean,
you find it, Michael?
I did. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
I'm a little upset because I'm realizing that I completely forgot about this grandfather tree thing when we were there for that brief moment, and
Right.
That's
why. Yeah, that's why I thought
I mean,
these would be helpful.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff that I throw at you once that we don't talk about for months and months and months in real time.
Yeah.
So I figured it'd be helpful to have those there.
I think in my mind, and I think with how everybody else was talking about, we thought we took care of it because we thought that was the tree, but it was the portal, not the tree.
I know. I thought we were like, I thought when we, I thought like I just immediately.
You connected those two things together.
When we were at the grandfather tree, I was like, oh, okay, we finished that part of
we finished
that quest.
Yeah.
Yep.
In reality, no.
Nope.
Not so much. And that's okay. There are minor quests and there are major quests. There are some things that if you ignore, escalation happens, and there are some things that if you ignore, nothing will ever happen. And
yeah, I think it's
tell you
good
which
to
is
get
which, but
I think it's good to get ports back, and that the northern towns can finally get trade, because I think everything north got cut off, didn't it? It says it got cut off from Port Llast.
The frost giants are using Port Llast to stop any trade. They're ransacking trade boats. They're stealing. So Luskin and the 10 towns are progressively getting worse and worse off for supplies.
And the Zentarum are taking advantage of that too by blockading the river and shit, right? I mean, that's kind of what we encountered.
The Mirror.
Yeah, I mean, that the Zentarum are basically throttling trade between Mirabar and Luskin by charging,
right? Yeah,
charging protection.
Yeah. So that seems like one of the most kind of immediately pressing things. We know we can get to Neverwinter very easily. We know what the problem is. We know how to solve it.
Yeah.
Like all these other ones, I think we have to figure out what's going on. And this has far-reaching kind of implications too.
Yeah.
It's very true. Very true.
I mean, One-Ford and Belliard are awful, but we didn't stop by there because this was the most pressing thing. So now we're closest to Port Llast. So I feel like we should. I mean, it seems like all those towns are getting cut off, and if one town is getting attacked.
I mean, we can even, if we're stopping in Neverwinter, we can even try and have a quick chat or send a message to Neverember and basically say, like, hey, we're going to go clear out Port Llast. These cities need help. We don't care if they're part of the Lord's Alliance or not. Like, we're all in this together now. You got to send help at this point.
Yeah.
And we're just Salty. Where does Salty fit in with this?
Salty's going to grab Ferrax and Tunzul and Port Llast and maybe help us on the ocean side if we can get a hold of him.
He could potentially transport us from Neverwinter to Port Llast if he's nearby.
Okay.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know what the I mean, maybe people in Neverwinter will have a better idea. Will it be better to approach Port Llast from sea or from land?
Yeah, but we'll have to get there. Before I leave, I am definitely going to go to my buddy. Hang on. I need to get a thermal dragon maker and grab all the materials I need to make explosives.
Zwasos is also intrigued by explosives.
I thought you would. Okay. Thermal sounds like thermal, and then it's dragon maker.
Do I?
Makes me think of Normal's pile.
I was
Of what?
told that I would need wicks that were a foot long, at least, and that I would need wooden containers and clay containers, preferably the ones that were already oil flasks, and then gunpowder. And I don't know how much that is, but I was told I would get a discount if I go directly to him.
Oh, he did say that, didn't he?
Yes, he.
All right, let's see. So, do.
Let's see how good these go. little explosives, little bombs, dynamite sticks or whatever.
So 5, 10. Okay. All right. So you're going to go see Thurple?
Yep.
Okay. So, is everyone going with? Anyone doing anything separately? I don't want to.
Nix is just gonna say, I know thermal. I'm just gonna go get the stuff that we can experiment with to make poofy things. And if you want to come with me, that's cool. But I know other people might want to go check in at the library, or maybe somebody check in with somebody that knows sending so that we can get salty on the way, and maybe just say, hey, Never Ember. We're alive. We're here. And we're about to come to you so that we can go to Port Llast. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So who wants to do what? I'm going to thermal.
I can go talk
be right
to
back while
someone
you
about.
decide.
I got someone I can talk to about the magical stuff.
Okay. Magical. Is that the... You were doing the runes, weren't you?
Yeah, I talked to an old dwarf wizard who seemed to know a lot about a lot of different magic stuff.
All right. And then Zwasos was doing... You're muted if you're talking. Okay. And
Yeah, I
so
don't think I have anything. Like,
okay. Okay.
Mim will ask Zwasos if he wants to come with her to talk to meet her. Did I write his name down? The dwarven wizard that she met with.
Hang on. Let me see.
Sure.
Let me see.
that
Let me
sounds
see
like
if I wrote it
of
down.
everything happening here in Gauntlgrym, that sounds like the thing that Zwasos would be most interested in. Anything arcane.
Can I just
I don't know.
I actually really like the idea of like looking for real estate. Like if I can like get like a plot of land to like grow food, if I can like not like do it right now, but like just see if what my options are. And since
that'd be cool.
And since my survival is like really high, I can like just figure something out.
Sorry.
Do you know the name of that dwarf that you were seeing, ma'am?
I don't think I wrote it down. I wrote down the dwarf who did my who helped me do my ritual, but
I know.
Yeah.
Hang on. All I have is Rock Crusher. That's all I have as a name. Something Rock
Just
Crusher.
their Space Crushers Rock.
What? Rock Crusher?
Rock Crusher. Something about the wizard that knows about the runes.
Yeah, I didn't write the dwarf
Oh.
wizard's name down that I talked to.
Tholarn Rock Crusher.
Ah, yeah.
Alright, so Rock Crusher. I knew the last name, but what was the first name?
Tholarn.
Alright.
I put it in the chat.
Alright. So Zwasos
Thank
and
you.
Mam are doing the runes that we did, like kind of when we had to break apart and just kind of skip ahead to what would happen after.
Okay.
And then I'm going to Thurvel, and then Rook, you were thinking about real estate eventually.
Or just not just real estate or like agriculture. If I can find like a plot of land for free, ideally, but if not, if like there's like a merchant nearby, I can talk to.
I mean, where you are right now probably isn't the best place.
Yeah,
So
You know, you're kind of in a
mountain.
mountain surrounded by, not civilization. So,
It's not the
I mean,
best place.
land is probably cheap here, but
Oh, you could rebuild Vandalin.
Like a what?
You could rebuild Vandalin.
Rebuild. Vandalin.
Vandalin.
You mean my
Yes.
favorite side quest in video games?
I know, right?
rebuild the
That's
town.
just it.
Yes.
But it's
Oh my
like-
god.
But it has agriculture, right? There was agriculture
Mhm.
there. There was a lot of trade. There was forestry. It was like a trade route. We could.
But yeah,
That's
especially
like a
with
side
Axholm. Yeah, especially with
Yeah.
Axholm producing magical weapons, it was a hub for that.
Okay.
That's a great idea.
And it's close by too, so we can just do
Yeah.
that after. Okay.
I mean, we need to
So-
stop by Fandolin. That's also on the list of like,
It is.
On the
yeah.
list.
we gotta
things to
go
do.
visit those places that were essentially burned to the ground. And
There was only one
Investigate.
person alive, right? One of the dwarves.
Three people made it out of Fandolin alive.
Toblin, Halia, and Elma.
That's right.
Tobin. Wait, what?
I'm just
Tobin.
reading the quest.
Oh, right.
Toblin.
So, and Lylan, shit.
Yeah, Lyland's not so bad.
Right, we went to Lylan afterwards. We saw it, but
oh, did we?
I don't
I
think
thought
you did.
so. We didn't?
I don't think you've been
I
back.
don't think we've been to
since-
Fan.
Yeah, since
No,
you got
'cause it
back from the
happened-
Feywild.
Yeah, it all happened while we were in the Feywild.
Oh, shit.
And you
Nope.
went right from Everland to Mirabar and then down to Gauntlgrym.
Yeah, we haven't been back to the coast. That's wild.
I know. But in reality, it's been like, what, 3-4 days?
Couple days.
Yeah, a couple
Couple
days.
days since we left the Feywild.
Yeah, well, for us. And
Yeah.
how long has it been? How long has it been since we left for the Feywild in the Sword Coast?
I know.
3 months, something like that.
At least.
So, yeah,
It's been a few
I think
weeks.
I think you missed a month while you were gone, or 10 days. Yeah, a month, and then it's
Holy
been
shit.
4 or 5 days since you got back.
Oh, fuck. Wait. How long were we gone for?
Almost a month.
It was like 10 days, I think. Why? Uh-oh. Did we
What?
lose track of something?
I'm just looking at the find and destroy Eben Death's phylactery. His essence will reform a new body within 10 days if his phylactery is not destroyed.
Oh, shit. Amulet's going to be after us. Okay.
Yeah, you kind of ignored him.
Yeah, we did. Well, we didn't meet you. We didn't think we would.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
And hang on a second, just so we know. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. But if we find and destroy the phylactery, that will take care of him, whether or not he's remanifested.
I don't believe that was
assume.
told to you.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
I mean, you can assume if you want.
I mean, either way, we destroy the phylactery, and then whether that kills him or not, We find him. If he comes after us, we kill him. There's no phylactery. We're good. We killed him once. We can do it again.
Right. Yeah.
Stuff we can't handle.
Yeah, he won't be, stronger or.
Yeah, no.
Better
He will undoubtedly be stronger. It'll just make it more
definitely
fun to kill
underestimate
him
you again.
and rub his stupid ghostly face in it.
Okay. Well, all
It'll
right.
be
So
funner.
that's like a looming shadow. It's like, yeah, we did it. We're fine. And then there's just da 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 da.
He's not mad at you at all.
Wow, all hell is breaking loose right now. I didn't realize how awful things are right now until we go over all the quests.
Let's get this
There's
cooking.
so much horrible shit happening.
So much horrible shit is just breaking down. We were gone for 3 weeks. 3
That's
bad
fine.
days.
Yeah.
You're having a
It was
little
so much
vacation
easier
in
when all the
Gauntlgrym.
horrible
You're fine.
shit just came to us. Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. All right. So I'm gonna go to Thurville. Mam and Zwasos are gonna go to Tholarn, Rock Crusher, and then Nuruk, you're talking about agriculture, but would you want to do the sending? Would you want to find somebody who knows sending and send out those messages?
Yeah, I'll do that instead.
Okay, find sending. I mean, that's probably going to be quick to find somebody to do sending
Rock
to.
Crusher almost certainly knows sending.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
Oh, okay, you're doing that, and then maybe you want to talk to Battle Hammer, and then figure out if the tunnels are secure.
Oh yeah. That's good.
Me?
Yeah, that's probably something to do before we head out.
Talk to Runa Battle.
Okay. All right, great. So, at this point, you've all been in Gauntlgrym for a couple of days now. You spent a full day, just kind of figuring some stuff out. Now, this is, I think, the third partial day you've spent in Gauntlgrym. So, like, the dwarves now know who you are. So, as you're kind of walking around, you're finding more and more dwarves are just kind of coming up to you and, introducing themselves, giving you a pat on the back. A couple of them come up to you kind of asking for things like, my son's sick. Can you look at him? Stuff like that. One old guy comes up to you and he's like, how are you with puzzles? I've got a puzzle that nobody's able to figure out. And Zwasos, one of the dwarves, comes up to you specifically and kind of gives you a hug and says, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate everything you do. And that wasn't very good. When that happens, Zwasos, you kind of feel something like just like a weird like he gives you a hug, but then like on your belt, like you feel a little tug. And then he just kind of like and then he just kind of like wanders off a little bit.
Check your belt.
Oh yeah, I mean, am I missing anything?
Yeah, I mean, do you want to check your stuff?
Well, I mean, actually, I'm kind of thinking more along the lines of, where are you? I just saw it.
What? You cast Hold Person on him?
Yes, I do.
Ooh.
Oh wait, so that.
Did you see my face? I was like, I was thinking just like in the middle of the street with everybody being like, congratulations, thank you so
did it
much.
work?
And just like,
roll me a d20. Just throw it in the chat. Yes. So the guy, like, he gets like he tries to blend into the crowd, and then like suddenly like the crowd is still moving, but he's just like, shit.
So, if I check myself, am I missing anything?
Let's. What do we want to do here? Oh, I'm lagging. Give me the thing. Okay. So, Zwasos, you don't have a high passive. So let's see. Oh, actually, that would be no, because you're not noticing. Now you're investigating. All right.
So
investigation.
No.
So you kind of pat yourself a little bit, and you're looking for and like you don't notice anything missing.
Can I search him?
Sure. Yep. And so so you kind of search him, and he's still kind of like, oh, what are you doing? That's my pocket. What are you doing? Hey, stop, don't do that. And you find like there's like a little quill pen, and you find like a little pad of paper, and other like he's got a little pouch with some silvers and gold in it, and he's got like another he's got like a pickaxe, but he's got no weapons on him. He's what are you doing? Let me go!
That's all he's got on him.
Help! What's that?
So can I understand that if he did steal anything from me, it was just coins? Like he doesn't have.
Yeah,
that's all he's got on him.
That's all he's got on. Yeah.
Coins, pickaxe, and a pen and paper.
Yep.
Fine. I'll
take it.
I'll take 5 silver and send him on his way.
Hey, Steve! It's over!
Just rob him.
So I assume you let him go. I assume you release the spell.
Yeah.
And he kind of and he looks at you, and he's kind of like, fine, that's fine. And then he's kind of scuttles off.
What did you get from me?
Maybe you could do another investigation later and see if there was anything. All right. Yeah, so you got the old guy who's got this puzzle he wants you to solve. You've got this dwarven mother who wants you to heal her kid. And you so Nix, you head to Thurfel. And he sees you, and he lights up, and he's like, this is so cool. I don't know if you want to be a part of this or not, but we're collapsing the tunnels today, so we're going to take some of this black powder down to the tunnels. That's going to be awesome. I don't know if you want to participate, but that's going to be fun.
Are you kidding me? I would love to.
Awesome. So that's going to be at noon. So I've got some dwarves bringing a few barrels down, but I got some time. You want to blow shit up? What are you here for?
To get materials from you, because we talked about that, and then to practice blowing stuff up, to build and practice building and blowing it up.
It's like, okay. So it's like he does this like do and like does this like whole Vanna like thing and shows you like the urns, and he's like, we don't really sell powder itself. We just like I would sell it to you like already put together. You probably have to get your own fuses and stuff like that, but it's just rope and oil. Like you can figure that out. But he does share with you his prices. And let's see, can I change that? All right, and I'll give you the blow shit up 10% discount.
Oh my god. I fucking love this guy. Hang on, I need to look at all this shit. Oh my god.
So they all have different properties, and the ones that are in so the urn and the pot are in clay, so they also do the slashing damage.
The thrown damage too.
Yep.
Work hard, play hard, right?
And then there's a keg. Hang on, I need to see how much gold I have. All right. Other people do this shit. I'm going to look at it.
All right. So while Nix is perusing their blow shit up options, Zwasos and Ma'am, after their small little encounter with the dwarvy guy, make their way over to Tholarn. And you make it to his chambers, and I assume knock on the door or whatever, and he comes, oh, ma'am. Excellent. Come on in. Oh, Zwasos, right? Wonderful to meet you. Tholarn Rock Crusher. I'm the sage wizard here in Gauntlgrym. Please come in. And Zwasos, this is the first time you've seen his room here, and it's basically, the first 10 feet or so are all bookshelves, and then above that you can see that there's like scaffolding, and it looks like they're carving into the walls most likely to add in some more bookshelves to add stuff in. And he's got there's this one really large chair in the room, and when he gets into it, it's kind of comical because he has to like climb up into the chair, and then when he sits there, his legs are just kind of like hanging off the side of it. He's got to reach like way over to get his hands on the armrests, and so he's just kind of sitting there. And so, what brings you? And you see him reach over and he grabs this little pipe, and he makes this little cantrip and gets it going, and he's puffing on it. What brings you here today?
Well, I don't know what Justin has, but Zwasos would ask if if any of these books might cover any interesting magic items that he could peruse through while ma'am and he were talking spell stuff.
Oh yeah, sure. So the left section of the fourth wall has most of my books on magical items, and they're kind of separated by uses. So I've got a whole section for like wizard items. I've got a section for like sorcerer items, and a section for like anybody can use items. So and there's a cleric section over there, but I don't gather many books on clerics because that's a totally different magic. It's all like deity stuff, so I don't mess with that. But there's a whole section over there for like sorcerer stuffs. So if that's what you're interested in, or the wizard stuff, or help yourself. If there's anything specific, let me know, and I'll see if I remember any specific books. But you're welcome to peruse and kind of browse through and see what you want to see.
I'm gonna go look through those books.
Okay, very good. Ma'am, how about you? What can I do for you? It's good to see you again.
Good to see you again. Yeah, thanks for everything last time. Listen, we're probably gonna get going tomorrow. Wondering if you might be able to help us send a message.
Of course.
Sending, perhaps?
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, we're trying to get a message to a friend of ours. Is that
okay?
Possible? Name's Salty.
I think so. I think I just need to know his name. Let me. He kind of thinks for a minute. What does it take to be familiar with someone? I guess, do you have to meet them to be familiar with them? Do you have to?
I don't know.
That's a good question. It's familiar. A place. Okay, if it's familiar to you, it's a place you have visited or seen before. I'm gonna give him a rolling chance. Okay. I'm gonna say DC of 10, and I'm gonna let you roll a D20. No modifier, just if it's 10 or above, he's able to reach Salty.
Sure.
Let's let the dice gods decide if he can do that.
Hey!
Oh man! So Salty just hears this. What you need is last job for, and no idea who it's coming from.
Oh shit!
Ma'am will go over to Zwasos and say, "Don't we still have those kind of funky sending stones we could use if all else fail?"
Yeah, I've got the necklace and I've got the bracelet, and depending on who's got what, I think Captain Denny had one of the necklaces.
Shit, I used to have a note of who had them, and I think I lost it when my drive.
I'm almost certain Salty had one of them.
I think it was actually Captain Denny.
I think it was
one
Denny.
Of the turtles. Yeah,
I believe it was Denny had one. What's the smarmy mayor there had one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
One of Garg's.
Guard. Yes.
All right.
Yep. Yeah, he didn't keep it
But
on
he had
him.
learned. Yes, he had learned to like assign it to someone or something.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So what's his name? The mayor of Phandalin, he had one. I forget what his
Harbin
name.
Wester. Right?
Yes,
Harbin
thank you.
Wester.
Yep. I'm gonna make a new note now. Okay, so
But there were the necklaces too, and we had those made a set of 6.
no,
They still no.
you never did that because of the wild magic. You never did that. You had the 4 sending necklaces. No. Yeah, the 2 stones and then the 4 necklaces.
I mean, in my inventory right now, I have sending stone bracelet and sending stone necklace.
Yes, because you had one of each. You had one of the original sending stones that you found, the pair of 2, and then you had one of the 4. So it was Harbin Wester, Garg, Captain Denny, and Zwasos. So that's the necklace. I don't remember which was which, the bracelet or the necklace.
I think I remember. You're right. We had looked into getting necklaces made. You're right, but so Nix and I we fastened necklaces of the sending stones we already had.
Okay.
Is that yeah? I think that's probably what happened.
So the
That way
bracelets
we
are the
have
ones
skin.
that have the wild magic.
Yes.
Okay, and that's the ones that Harbin, Garg, Captain Denny, and Zwasos. So you can reach Captain Denny if you want to roll the dice.
I mean, also if he knows sending, like, I'll chip in 100 gold if you want to spend 2 hours just copying it into your book.
I mean, I guess let me ask. And man, we'll go back over to.
That'd be a super
Tholarn.
useful thing for us to have.
That's true.
And it's just, I mean, it's not worth one of the 4 spells I get to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're looking for a scroll or.
Yeah, man. We'll say. That seems like maybe that didn't go so good. Any chance you got a spare scroll or something lying around?
Probably because he doesn't know Salty.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's too bad. I mean, I don't have a scroll handy, but I can make one. I can go ahead and scribe one out of my spell book here. Take me about an hour. I can do that for you.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I can do that for you. I can do that. Sure.
And then by bedtime tonight, you could no send it.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Well, hey, yeah, I appreciate that. And hey, before we leave you to take care of that, you know anything about phylacteries?
Phylacteries for a lich? A little bit.
Yeah.
I've never really studied it, but I probably know a little bit in passing. You've encountered some kind of a lich? That's kind of a interesting.
I don't know how much you all heard here about what went down in Lyland a couple months back.
Not much. Something about a big blast and some dragons and a ghost or something.
Yeah, one of those dragons wasn't just a dragon. It was kind of
Lich.
Yeah.
It was a real piece of work. We killed him. Well, man did.
Well, we destroyed his body.
No small feat. But if you're asking about liches, then you know he's not dead. Or you probably not dead.
Yeah, my concern is we've been gone for a little bit since then.
Oh.
He might really not be dead now, you know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, so he's probably he's probably back to having a form, depending on how long it's
Or
been.
at least
Sometimes,
getting
depending
close.
on how much life force they have, depends on how long it takes them to kind of regenerate a body.
Yeah. I'm worried we're getting close, if not already there.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, I'll tell you what I know about phylacteries. Usually, it's some type of an item that was. I mean, when a spellcaster becomes a lich, what happens is they have to die. But there's a ritual where, when they die, they have a group, and the group prevents this soul from passing on to the next realm. And instead, what happens is the soul gets trapped in this item, whatever item the creature selects. It can really be anything, but there's a bunch of rituals that prepare this item, and then the soul, instead of when they die, their soul passes on to the next plane of existence. It gets trapped in this phylactery, and that allows the body to then regenerate. It can move its soul, then can now move back into the body, or even inhabit another body. It becomes kind of like a possession that they can their soul then can travel and kind of take over the body of someone else. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it usually depends on, if somebody's strong, it's much easier to fight off, but if somebody's weak, it can be very hard to fight off possession in that way. But the phylactery itself is usually very well protected. Once the phylactery is destroyed, then the soul is gone. Like, there's nowhere left for the soul to go. So when the body dies, the soul can't go back to the phylactery anymore, and it just passes on to the next plane of existence.
You know of any ways to start going about trying to find a phylactery?
It would really be personal to the lich itself. Obviously they know that's their, that's the thing that's most important to them, so they're going to hide it really well. Distance really doesn't mean anything to them. It can be close, it can be far, but their soul travels to wherever it is when they're destroyed.
Didn't Gauntlgrym say that she knew where it was? No.
She assumed it was across the ocean where Ebondeth had originally died, but she doesn't know. She has no idea. Typically, it's somewhere important, somewhere they feel safe. Really, it's about kind of knowing your lich and knowing where they feel safest.
When they reform a body, do they have to? Do they go back to where their phylactery is?
Yes, yeah. Their soul goes into the phylactery, and then over the course of however much time it takes them, they're there at their phylactery. And so when they regenerate a body, or like a ghost form, it's at the phylactery. So that's where they come back into existence, is at the phylactery. The other thing to know about this is, if I were a lich, I would never want to be very far from my phylactery, in case you have to defend it, in case someone finds it. Usually it's some type of a stronghold, or some place they can keep control, or have minions, or traps, someplace. They're not just going to put it in a house where anyone could stumble upon it. They're going to. But I don't know anything about your lich here, but I would imagine he'd want to stay fairly close to his phylactery to keep it protected.
All right, that's good information.
Yeah. Did he have a lair or anything? This was the dragon we're talking about, right? Dracolich. Did he have any kind of a lair? Did you ever find it? Did you chase him back to a lair or anything like that?
The first place we found him was at the monastery.
Monastery?
Yeah, it's a weird kind of. He was taking over a dragon there. That was
makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, but it's not like that was Lich's lair.
Mama was in her own lair. That wasn't.
I'm a rune toad?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Is she okay?
She ran away.
Yeah, we saved her. No big deal.
She ran away after Ebendeth left her body.
Ebendeth? You're talking about Ebendeth.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh, good luck.
Wait, Nyx wasn't there and this suddenly popped up and everyone's like, this is normal.
Wait, so what, do you know anything else about Ebendeth?
Well, I mean, he died, a couple hundred years ago now on the other side of the ocean, but I mean, there's tales about what they had to go through to like fight him off. I didn't realize he was still around, but shit, you pissed off Ebendeth. I mean, yeah. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, save your good luck for somebody who needs it. Really but
but on that thought, does that give you any thoughts on? You ever hear about a fortress?
No, I mean, so from what I remember, there was a big to do when Ebendeth first became a lich. He pissed off a lot of dragons when he did that. Dragons are more societal than people really think. They're one of the original, I guess, races of Faerun, them and the giants. And they're very particular. They're very classist. They're very kind of, they all worship the same god almost, where, the good dragons will worship Paladine, and the evil dragons worship Tiamat. Not Paladine, Bahamut. Sorry, I'm thinking of a different planet. Anyway, so they both kind of worship the same god, and what happens is, when a dragon dies, its soul goes to its god, and so if it were in Ebendeth's case, he was an evil dragon, so when he subverted his soul going to Tiamat, Tiamat's not going to be very happy about that. So he basically pissed off every single evil dragon in the world when he did that. So he's no longer part of the dragon pantheon. So it's really kind of a thing where when he did that, he kind of put himself in the crosshairs of every evil dragon in the land. So as I remember, when he did that, there was a conglomeration of evil giants that went there to take care of this. One of them, I think, is even still alive. But it was a long time, a couple hundred years ago when that happened. But the idea was that he was defeated, that Ebendeth was destroyed, and that it was not a thing. But it sounds like if you've encountered Ebendeth, it sounds like he's not really dead, and he's probably very powerful.
The
drag.
Do you know what type of dragon? Not dragon. Do you know what type of giants lived?
Well, yeah. Who's that? That was actually about to be what Mam's asking.
Yeah. Sorry.
What? This giant. Do you know its name? What type of giant? You said the one that helped. That was
a dragon. There was some green dragon that
wait.
They're very well known for messing with people.
Wait, Nick, you said initially that a group of giants.
I'm sorry, dragons.
Okay.
It was the evil. Sorry, I'm sorry if I said giant. I meant dragons. The initial races were giants and dragons, but when Ebendeth did this whole lich thing, he pissed off all the evil dragons. So a bunch of dragons went to take care of him and kill him. And at the time they were all the ancient dragons, but there was some young dragon that knew him at the time, and I forget the name.
Clogliamata.
Yes, yeah, Clogliamata. That's the one.
And Clogliamater helped try to stop Ebondeath.
Yeah, my understanding is Clogliamater knew Ebondeath, or whatever his name, knew him at that time, and so somehow she was able to get close to him, and that's how the dragons were able to defeat him.
Oh. This, yeah, that sentence spell's gonna be real important, I think.
I can get right on that.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you. This is very enlightening and mildly horrifying.
Oh, and if you want to destroy the phylactery, you got to hit it with a dispel magic first.
Oh.
It won't destroy it, but the dispel magic will allow you to break it.
All right. Good.
Otherwise, it won't ever take damage. You'll just whack it. Just be fine. Whatever it happens to be. I mean, it can be a jar or a statue or a tooth or a coin. Who knows?
All right. Good to know.
Yeah.
Nick, did I find anything in the books?
Were you looking for anything specific?
I mean,
I can't just regurgitate magic books to you on command. So, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for something.
We can just say that you learned all about a whole bunch of magic stuff, and so if there's something specific you want to know about, you can find it in that book.
Yeah, no, because I'm trying to think if canonically I have been told, if Zwasos has been told of the existence of a Bloodwell vial, and if it's
I thought we already covered that. I thought you already asked about that from the.
I had asked about something making my spells more potent.
Yes, there you go.
Cool.
Fair enough.
Did I find anything about a Bloodwell vial? Where I might get one? How I might find one?
These books are about magic items themselves. They're not like a catalog of where they're found, or it's just the existence of such things and what they do and how they work. And
cool.
Yep. But it wouldn't be like I said, it's not like a catalog of, there's a Bloodwell vial and this person owns one and this person owns one and there's one at this store.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And he's going to, if you don't have any other questions, I can get started on that scroll for you.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Zwasos. I just spilled water all over myself.
What's that?
I show him the book. You know where I can find one of these?
I don't think we have anything like that here. Sorcery isn't really something the dwarves usually have. You're either born with it or you're not. Obviously. But I can ask around. We've got connections with other dwarven strongholds. Maybe someone has heard something. I can ask around for you. Sure.
I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure. If I hear of other sorcerer related items, I'll let you know as well, just in case. Excellent. All right. I'll get started on this scroll here. Like I said, it should take me about an hour. You're welcome to hang out here, read some books, or do your thing. I know where to find you.
Great. Thanks. And Mim was maybe going to have a conversation with Zwasos as they walked out, but maybe that conversation happens later. Since it looks like Michael walked away.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe we can go back to Naruk
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Was gonna talk to Zwasos. I don't know if it. Okay. As we were walking away, Ma'am says, Zwasos, I've been thinking a lot. We've come across some real powerful items that really shouldn't be in anyone's hands. I'm thinking things like the Ruin Stone, things like, the Dawn Titan here. All our solutions for keeping those safe, they're temporary at best. We saw here. I'm just thinking there's got to be a better way for restoring things, and I don't know. Just something to think about, I guess. They stored the ruined stone on the ethereal plane, but that wasn't good enough.
No,
It's just got me
with me
thinking.
either.
You know, it seems like we're just gonna keep coming across these things that are strong, and nobody should have them. I don't have an answer, and it doesn't seem like anyone else does either. But maybe we need to find one.
I mean, that's the kind of thing you'd probably want to reach out to the Harpers about, I would think. We know the Moonstone Wizards won't help us. We tried that route already.
Yeah,
But somebody was invited to join the Moonstone Wizards.
Must be nice to be a wizard.
was Ma'am invited to join the Moonstone Wizards?
Yeah, ma'am was invited. Yep. Yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom too, actually.
I don't know if it's a one group problem, I guess is my thing. You know, is it really safe if it's just one group that's keeping it secret? And I don't know. I don't have a solution. Just something to think about.
If we could find some way to separate them into parts, and then each, we could find multiple people who could be in charge of protecting each piece, but none of them would have access to the full power.
Not a bad idea.
I have no idea how to do something like that.
Yeah.
That's some Infinity Stone shit. And
What are we
I
talking
don't know
about?
what that is, but
it's a thing I read about once in a book.
yeah, all right.
It was
Well,
from
I
the
don't know,
future, the whole thing.
No,
Well, just-
what?
Go ahead.
Sorry, I completely. What stone? What are we talking about? Breaking into parts?
Like, essentially, I think that Justin and I are getting at the idea that, like, there are certain things that should be, like, spread apart, like in the Lord of the Rings of Power, or the Infinity Stones. Like,
Oh, because we have so many powerful items. Like we need to
because
like.
it's too much power to be in one place or under one person or one group's control.
Yes, I realize Ma'am has multiple times been in situations where she has had to be okay with leaving a very powerful magical item that is very dangerous with somebody that she doesn't believe is capable of keeping it safe. See the Dawn Titan, which has now been almost stolen twice. See the Ruin Stone that we don't even know where it is. It is just on a girl that is maybe a mystical being that, like, Ma'am doesn't like that. So I'm kind of just starting, like, this is, I think, something that Ma'am is going to be looking into in the future, and Zwasos being the other most kind of like arcane person in the party, she wanted to get his thoughts.
Barnock would be good to talk to about it too, maybe. Somebody we
Thank
trust.
you.
Yeah.
I completely missed that first part. So you all were talking about separating things, and I was like, separating what? What are we separating? No.
Not us. Not for sure. Not.
No.
Well, I think these are good things to think about, and I'm going to be pondering it. So if you have any other ideas, let me know.
You got it. Man is so tall, and Zwasos is so short. I think he's 5 foot even.
Powerful things come in little packages.
Yeah, Ma'am's 7'5", kind of tall.
Yeah, 5 foot even, 90 pounds.
It's those hollow bones, man.
So small, and so young. 5 years old.
And then in Eric Cockroach age, that is what?
That's roughly a sixth of the average. That's like a fifth of the average lifetime. So yeah, I'm like 20.
You're like 20.
I'm like 18, 20.
Yeah. Zwasos can finally drink.
Yeah, I think Tabaxi have like a normal lifespan, right? Like a normal humanoid lifespan.
Yeah, I think Eric Cockroach lived to be like 25 or 30.
Oh jeez. Oh
So,
jeez.
Yep.
So we had
If I had
another
enough levels, I
baby.
if I had enough levels, I consider switching to monk just so I could get enough levels to stop aging.
Yeah. Or druid, right?
I think pristine body is like the last thing I get,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. I think you need to. Yeah.
I thought it was like a
Same
level
with
9.
druid. I think timeless body,
Timeless body is like a
like
level.
18th or something.
Yeah, it's pretty high up there.
Yep.
Might be like wish spell territory though.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's
That's
true.
true.
I wish I could live more than 30 years.
Aw. And then they give you like 31
Yep.
years.
And then you become a dwarf
Yeah.
because that's how wish spells work.
No. Oh my god. No.
I mean, there's gotta be a way. Like, I feel like it's such a trope for like human wizards to be like several hundred years old. Like, there's gotta be a way to make that happen, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a cocker that lives to be 60, 70. Do we want to double the lifespan?
60. Elves are still
Oh,
babies at that time.
How long in game time has it been? Like,
Since
am I 6 yet?
Do we need to celebrate Zwasos' birthday?
I don't think
I
it's
know.
even been a year since the folk band
I
got
don't think
together.
so either.
I think it's
I
been
don't-
like 3 months, 4 months maybe.
Yeah,
And one of those
including the
were
2
just
months we
lost
had
to
of
the
downtime.
Feywild. So you didn't even age that last month because you were in the Feywild.
Well, no, because we had at least a week or two during that break. So it has to be
Oh,
like
that's
Yeah,
right.
how
Yeah,
long was
Oh yeah,
downtime?
there's like a month of downtime.
that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Yeah.
So,
So 4 months maybe it's been 5, almost
I
6
feel
months
like
maybe.
it's been
6
a
months
while.
feels
We should-
about
we
6
should
months.
I
definitely
feel
say
6
that
months.
somebody's
You've
birthday is
lived
coming
5
up.
of those months. One was just lost
One
to the
was
time warp.
did we age? I
No.
don't think we aged.
No, you
So
didn't
that
age
doesn't-
that extra month. Yeah,
So even though we've been 6 months, it's
right.
really 5 months
Yeah.
of our life.
So there you go, Zwasos. You can reach an advanced age without actually being that old. You know, your birthday comes around, but you only lived a couple of months that year. So there you go.
You're, it's like the opposite of having your birthday on a leap year.
I know.
That's right.
You're
I remember
younger.
our elementary school gym teacher used to like to tell us that she was only like 12 years old or something
yeah.
because her birthday was a leap
29.
year.
Yeah.
That's cute. That's cute. All right. So Naruk's not here at the moment, but you know he's going to go talk to Bruno, and he's going to find out the same thing that Nyx just found out. That the whole plan is to blow up the tunnel entrance to the Underdark, and therefore, rather than try to put a door on this, they're just going to collapse the tunnel, and that'll be that. So Nyx, I know, was very excited to watch this. So they go down with Thurple, who is leading this whole thing. And you see, like, you go down there and you remember being down there, and they take the tunnels. And you know, there's like 4 or 5 dwarves that have like, you know, little hand trucks, little trolleys that have these just giant barrels, and they're you know, bringing them down the elevator, and they bring them through the tunnels. And then once you get down there, you see that this bottom level is no longer like deserted. Like there are troops everywhere. Like you haven't seen this many dwarven warriors in one place since you've been to Gauntlgrym. Like you lose count at about like 70 as you're making your way down to where this tunnel is. And you can see that there are clerics, there are wizards. Like clearly they have been taking this very seriously. And then when you get down to this tunnel, it's kind of the first time you're able to like go into the tunnel, because Thurful has kind of taken a liking to you. So he wants you like right there. He wants to show you all this stuff. All these other dwarves are just like, that guy's fucking weird. but you're into his shit. So he loves showing people who are into what he's doing, right? So he's showing you everything, and he's telling you why they're, as you're going through the tunnel, like he puts one barrel on this side and then one barrel on the next side. And so as he's going down the tunnel, he's putting them on opposite sides. And then you see there are more dwarves that come in with like this wooden scaffolding. Right. And they set that up between the barrels, and he has them lift the barrel up onto the scaffolding. So he's got some up near the top of the tunnel. And one of the things you notice is that when you're in this tunnel, you can see at the very end that there's like this bioluminescent stuff. And he sees you looking at it, and he's like, as soon as you see these like bioluminescent stuff, you're in the Underdark. That's kind of like the key. So we're going to make sure we go all the way. And so he brings you down the tunnel, and it's probably a good 70 feet of tunnel where every 10 feet, he's putting this giant barrel of gunpowder. And then when you get to the very end and he places the last one, he actually places like a line. So there's 3 barrels in a row at the very end of this tunnel. And then like you see one dwarf comes down, and he's just got this like rope, but you can smell the oil on this rope. And so Thurfel starts, he's got these fuses in each one of the barrels, and he ties them off to this one long rope. And so he's got this one long rope, and then a bunch of smaller ropes are tied to the rope, and he brings it all the way out. And he's looking at it, and he kind of looks around, and he sees King Brunner, and he's like, he gives a thumbs up, and Brunner's like, all right, let's get this done. Everybody out, everybody back. And Thurfel's like, all right. And he turns to you, Nix, and he's like, you want to light it?
Can I take my little tinder and go?
Yep. And you do, and you see that, like, the first time you saw the wick go, it was just dwarf hair. So it was just like it held an ember, and you saw the ember slowly move along the hair. This is totally different. When you hit that, you can see that the rope itself actually lights on fire, but it slowly moves down the rope. And so you see this like flame slowly traveling, and he's like, okay, when it goes around the corner, we're going to need to get the truck out of here.
Nyx has her hands like ready to grab Thurfel. I can run really fast.
Okay, all right, you grab me and we'll go together. So you're both like the excitement is just palpable. You're both kind of watching that flame, and as soon as it turns the corner into the tunnel, he's like, okay, let's go.
I grab him and I run all of my movement, all like 150, just whoosh.
Yep. And right near the end of that movement, again, you feel it first, and you're almost like knocked off your feet as you're pushed forward, even at your speed. And then you just like your ears start ringing before even the sound registers in your mind, and just you see from the corners of your eyes this just giant flash of light, and then you really hear it, this explosion that just sounds like nothing you've ever heard before. And then dust just starts flying towards you. Almost this wall of dust and debris hits you, and you start to cough. Like you start to realize that, oh shit, like that. And Thurfel's coughing and laughing and coughing and so good. And it takes a minute after that. Like, you feel the entirety of the walls around you kind of shaking. Everyone in Gauntlgrym kind of feels this small tremor. And when the dust finally settles, you just like, there's no tunnel anymore. All you see is like there's this wall of debris, and like a bunch of it comes out into the area where the tunnel started, and there's just these giant boulders now where there used to be kind of a tunnel door. And he's kind of white as he like wipes his face and his eyes and turns to look at you. Like he's covered in just like soot and dirt and rocks, except for like one spot across his mouth that's wiped, and like a few like finger marks where his eyes wiped. And he's looking at you. He's like, that was awesome.
That was so cool. And then Nyx like puts them down, like shuffles over, and then just does like the dog shake to get it all.
And dust just like comes off you, and like he's kind of like
I tried to step far enough away, but that wasn't enough.
And he blows it out of his mustache.
Yeah.
And you see kind of Bruner stick his head around the corner. Jesus Christ, what the hell was that? It's done. It's done, King. It's done. It's done. No one's coming through that. That's not even a tunnel anymore. And you see a couple of other dwarves head up, and they're like, they're kind of tinking at it with their hammers, and they're like, yeah, no spaces back here. I think we finally sealed it off for good. And you see Bruner kind of, well, it was good to have access to the Underdark at times, but I'm glad we don't have to worry about infiltration anymore. It's just too important. All right, I think we're done here. Let's keep these troops down here, just in case. Obviously, the Drow know that the Dawn Titan is here. I want to keep these troops here just in case they figure out some other way to tunnel in. We're going to keep around the clock guards around here. We've got a few contingents already that are by the forge itself. We've set up alarm spells. We're going to make sure this doesn't happen again. I'm going to make sure this doesn't happen again. All right, non-essentials and non-guards, everybody back up. And so you see people are milling about, carrying their little hand trucks back to the elevator, and everyone heads back up to the top level. And Thurful kind of like pats you on, he can't reach all the way up to your shoulder, so he kind of pats you on the thighs. Like, that was awesome.
That was wonderful.
It's been a while since anyone's really been interested in my craft. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being there. That was awesome.
Are you kidding me? The first thing that anybody handed to me that could explode was a Molotov cocktail, and you just showed me something stronger.
Love it.
And yes, Nyx did buy I think it was like 6 cerns or something.
I saw that. Yep.
Yeah, and like a horn, and then not a keg but a pot. So
one pot. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, have fun with that. And as once you've used all that, come on back. Maybe I'll show you how to make black powder.
Well, I hope to get back because we have a little thing that we need to take care of that I think I'll need to do something like this.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, do you know anything about liches?
Liches? Well, I know they're dead, kind of, but not really.
And like that they have their little things that they revive out of?
They do? Well, that sounds shitty.
Yeah, well, we need to take care of one of those eventually. Probably.
Oh, well, you should blow it up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That was how I was thinking. So we need to take care of the giants first, because obviously, and then
you blow them up too.
That's what this is for. That's what these are for. And then when I come back, I need you to help. Whatever it is, I need to build around it pretty quickly. So,
cool. All right. You can also just stick it in a barrel.
That's true.
If it's small enough. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about here, but if it's small enough, you can put it in the barrel and then blow the barrel.
I mean, it fits a dragon, so I don't think it's that small.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if a dragon fits inside it, it's probably going to be pretty big.
That's why I was thinking this. Like, we stagger things.
Oh, yeah. Put barrels all around it? Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Implode it.
There you go. And then Nyx is just going to talk about explosions. And with thermal all the way back up.
Awesome. And he loves it.
I have a friend that lets me explode shit.
That's good networking right there.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, if it's projects that we can fucking take care of being like, hey, I need to blow up a phylactery that's the size of a dragon. I'm sure we can get a hold of the gold to get that, especially with the discount.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. All right, yeah. So you make it up to the top there, and again, there's a whole bunch of dwarves around. Like this, everyone felt the shake. Bruner made sure to let everyone know what was going on. So there's more dwarves up there that are like clapping, and like yeah, all right, no more drow. Don't have to worry about those stupid drow. Yeah.
And I just clapped towards Thurble.
Oh, thank you, thank you. And he claps towards you. Well done, well done.
Oh, that was so fun. That was fun.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So
All
I
right.
have a
So, yep.
pot. I have a pot, a powder horn, and like 6 urns.
6 urns. Awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, and so that takes probably about an hour and a half with the whole procession and getting everything ready and blowing up. So when you get to the top there, you kind of meet up with Zwasos and Mam, who are now leaving Tholarn's study with their scroll of sending.
And Naruk, you were down there watching. Well, not as close as me, but you were down there with Battlehammer, or did you stay up?
Oh no, I mean I was gonna ask when you were talking to Bruner. I didn't know if I was with you or not. But I was gonna talk.
Yes,
to
yeah.
him.
So you went to Bruner, and he told you about the plans to blow up the tunnel entrance. So yeah, you definitely could have gone with him for that.
Cool. All right. In that case, my work is done. I assumed that I don't know, since he was talking to Nyx already, then that just was taken care of.
Yeah. I mean, you were talking with Bruner, who told you about it, and she was talking with Thurple, who told them about it. So you
nice.
can definitely meet up.
Beautiful. All right. Cool.
There we go. And he's going to give that to Mam. Scroll. Sending. There you go.
Did Mam and Zwasos know that the explosion was going to happen?
No, so you all felt the kind of like shuddering of the walls and the whole place kind of shaking.
Oh shit!
And you see Tholarn like look up and he's like, "Oh, that's right. I forgot they were closing the tunnels today. That's them closing the tunnels to the Underdark permanently. That's probably Thurple's work. That guy's weird. Doesn't like magic, but still likes to blow shit up. I don't know. I find it much easier to just say a few words and squish some bat guano in my hands and do about the same. But
Yeah.
It takes all kinds.
Yeah, that's very true. It certainly does.
We don't need to roleplay a whole scene with it, but can Mam just stop in real quick by Drizzen, the dwarf who helped her perform her ritual, and see if he has any pairs of any like old sets of smith tools that she could buy from him?
Yes. So you go to see him, yeah, and he does. He definitely has a set. He's not going to give you an old crappy set. He'll give you a pretty good set. He keeps 2 or 3 of each tool around just in case, because he works them pretty hard, and every once in a while he breaks one. So he's got a nice set for you. We'll get those as well. Did I actually? I think I already put those in your inventory.
Oh, did I already make sure I got those? Okay.
Yeah, I think I did that while I was fixing people's spells.
Okay, thank you.
I remember.
I do remember saying that I wanted to make sure I got those before we left.
Yeah.
Awesome. And she will thank him again profusely.
And he's no problem. It was a pleasure being part of your ritual. I appreciate that. Something not everybody gets to see.
Yeah, and it was an honor having you. Thank you. Take care.
And as you're leaving, Tholarn's, he's like, you're awfully interested in runes. You should go see Fildor. He's been trying to work on these old dwarven runes. He thinks it's some kind of a weird puzzle or something, but if you've got time and you know something about runes, you go see him.
What's the Lorn look like? And Mam just wants to.
He's an old guy. He's got like really long mustaches hanging down. He's kind of balding up here, but he's got the white hair along the edges.
Does this describe the dwarf that came up and asked us to help with a puzzle?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think I think I might have encountered him. Let me know where I can find him, and I'll go pay him a visit.
He's usually on the third. No, not the third level. Which one is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he's usually on the fifth level. That's where he found this weird, I don't know, some kind of door or something like that.
No.
It's got some.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not all that interested. It's not magical in any way, but he's our runesmith. He's all into runes, but he says it's some. I don't know. He says it's some weird dwarven room, but not really. I don't know. If you got time.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Sure.
So that was when we left Tholarn. So like as we kind of meet back up and everything, I'm sure we're going to be filling everyone in on everything that we've learned and stuff. And man, we'll definitely be like, there's apparently this door. I don't know. It sounds kind of interesting. If anybody else want, I just need I'm just gonna need a little bit of time later to copy the scroll in, but I think I got some time to maybe stop by and check that out if anybody else wants to see about that.
Nick's just like excitedly talking about explosions and then goes, door. And like it's just like face just drops, thinking like if we close the tunnels and it's like, oh. Maybe we didn't close the tunnels. So Nyx would just be like, yeah, I'll go with you. Wait, Fildor? Like, is he that old? Is he the one with the grizzled? And then he's talking.
Yeah, he asked us about a puzzle. I was thinking like, the little pieces, you put them together. I've never been good at those. I'm not like a visual kind of. So like, I mean, yeah, but apparently it's like a door kind of puzzle.
Oh. I mean, I think we could figure it out. And then I looked into her. Are you good with riddles?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume so. I don't know. What kind of skill is that?
I don't know.
We're talking about puzzles and riddles because of Fildor. And if you want to come with us.
Yeah, sure. I'll do it.
All right, let's go.
I mean, yeah, I was just wondering. What would that be?
I would assume it was like intelligence or something.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, maybe intelligence.
I mean, for the most part, I would
sucks.
let you try to figure it out as players. But
Yeah.
obviously, if you get too stumped and can't figure something out, I would figure out some type of a role.
That's true.
Whether it's religion or perception or insight or investigation or depending on what you're trying to do to figure it out.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. So do we want to just check out this door real quick?
Fuck it, sure.
Oh, let's go see Fildor.
Door tap.
I love doors and windows.
Awesome. All right, yeah. So you all, assuming you head to the elevator and head on down to the whatever level I said it was, level 5, I think.
Level 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so you get to level 5 and you step off, and like most of the other levels, there's tunnels kind of leading off in each direction. But unlike most of the other ones, like you don't see any dwarves here. Like from I guess being told that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th level, by the way, not level 5, level 6. That this 6th level is mostly mines of gold and silver, and that in all but one of the tunnels there are like tracks where you see they move carts back and forth, which they generally do with heavy metals so they don't have to carry shit. But one of the tunnels does not have these tracks, and so it does seem kind of odd to you that they would have heavy metal mining without tracks. So you kind of feel like maybe if it's not gold and silver mining, that maybe that's where he might be.
Yeah. So we'll go that way.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down the tunnel.
It's friggin' folk band.
Oh no! Hang on, I'm going. It takes a little while, but then you start to hear, pum, pum, pum. And you see the same old guy who came up to you, while you were upstairs, and he kind of comes around. He's got these little like spectacles on, and he's got a backpack that has like a pickaxe coming up, and he's got like pouches on the side that are like bursting with like papers and stuff like that. And he's
my gosh!
Oh, you decided to come down. Oh, that's wonderful. You're good. Are you good with puzzles? Do you know runes very well? Well, come on. Come this way. This way.
Let's have Pebble.
Before Nick's can even say anything.
So he brings you down the tunnel, and there's a few places and once you get farther down the tunnel, there are side tunnels, and you can see that there are like tracks leading down these tunnels, like tracks for the carts and stuff. But he takes you down this one section of tunnel that has, it's got like the wooden scaffolding to keep the rock up and everything. And it seems to like shrink down and then just end. It just comes like to an end. And he's like, so about a year ago, we were opening up this tunnel here, looking for new veins of gold, and we came across this door. And one of our rocksmiths tried to like see if there was a way to get around it, and it seems like the rock is really reinforced here. But this is the door itself. So he steps out of the way, and what you see is like you're not sure if it's like bronze. It definitely looks bronze, but your experience with bronze of this age is that it really kind of turns green, and this really has more of a bronze look to it. Like maybe it's copper, maybe it's some type of I forget what the word is, but it seems like it's bronze, but it hasn't aged the way you would expect bronze to. And it has in the center down, it's got these runes that, like he said, look dwarven, but are a little bit different than dwarven runes. Like there are places where the runes themselves are different from the dwarven counterpart. So words that may be the same, maybe a little bit different, but they're definitely of dwarvish make, but they don't match any dwarven runes that you've seen before. And Mam is instantly intrigued because some of these runes also seem like they're maybe half giant. Like some of the runes seem to be giant runes, but it's in the same way they're a little bit different than the giant runes you're used to. And the top section of the door is actually like, it's almost like a picture. And so what it shows is it shows a mountain, and at the top of the mountain there's a sun, but the sun is kind of like the sun itself is poking out, and there's a depression around the sun, and you can see the rays of sun at the top, and then the bottom of it doesn't have any rays, almost like it's like a half sun and half moon, but the sun part is shining up. And then to the right and left of where the mountain ends at the bottom, there are two like pads sunken into the door they're fairly circular, but they have like bumps before going all the way around. And so there's a mountain with kind of a sun and a half sun, half moon at the top, and these two like indented pads on either side of the mountain. And then the runes are below it.
Okay.
Well,
and so he looks at you and he's like, so I've been trying to translate these runes and they're kind of dwarven, but they're kind of not. And every time I think maybe I figured out what it says, it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense.
I think I can help out with if there's some dwarven made, and I pull out the tuning fork that I was given so long ago. and yeah, I was given a fork of runes like really? A long ass time ago by dwarves. So I'm gonna start just ting above each rune and see if it's dwarven, like see if I can read it afterwards.
Yeah, so you take your little tuning fork, right, and you strike it above the runes. And as you're holding the fork, feeling the vibration of the fork, the runes start to like shake and shimmer. And to you, Nyx, they form into words. That nobody else is seeing this, but you are seeing these runes twist and shape into words that you can read. And we lost Michael. Fantasy Ground says it kicked you out.
Well, what's its problem with me?
I don't know. Let's see. So, well, you're going to share what it says anyway, so I'm not going to bother putting it in a language only you can read. So, this is what
Eliza,
the
you're
word.
muted, I think.
Yeah, sorry. I like as soon because it says that it only does one at a time if you hold it over. So basically, Nyx is like the like each word down.
And so as you're kind of going through, this is the translation that you get from these runes.
Ma'am. And like Nyx is like on your arm.
Yeah, what? Yeah, what?
And then Nyx is like flipping through her pages of her journal. The amulet of twins. The twins.
Wait, what? Yeah, what about it? What?
Earth shaper. Hands in place.
Wait, this is what? What?
And then
What?
Fildor's like, what? You can you read it? Can you read it? What's it say?
Yeah, Nyx, what's it say? What's it say?
3 and thrice. One of Earth Shaker, one of Earth Shaper. Hands in place, turn light to dark, and reveal your destiny at Worm Fair.
Does that mean anything to you? Looking at the dwarf.
He's like, what? No.
Earth Shaker and Earth Shaper are Luxodon deities. Why would why would there be reference to them here?
Hang on.
Not,
and then
does it say anything about dwarves or reorcs or
Earth Shaker?
Earth Shaker? And that means something to you?
Because it's the twins. It's the twins of and
sounds like opposites. It sounds like one destroys worlds and one like builds it. I mean,
it was
just my interpretation. Is this a riddle?
Kind of.
Yes.
Okay.
It's about ma'am. Hang on. It's about ma'am, and it's about the amulet of twins. That.
Yeah, there's this ancient amulet of Luxodon legend that was created by Earthshaper and Earthshaker.
Amulets.
Only the one worthy will find the amulet and will be ruler of all Luxodon.
Do the runes correlate with? I mean, why are we finding out of this through runes? Why is this in rune speak?
How did as Nyx was translating it? How did it interact with the giant runes?
So the runes themselves almost seem like a mishmash of dwarven and giant. So each rune seems very similar to a giant rune and also very similar to a dwarven rune.
Okay.
Almost like there was some type of a language mash between the two. Like a
interesting.
You get the impression that maybe this was created with dwarves and giants together or something like that. Like the runes seem like a blending of the two, dwarven and giant.
Do you know any history of giants and dwarves working together? What are you thinking, Nyx?
Nyx is just frozen on one of the pages of their journals. It's like, I'm thinking a lot right now. Can you just give me a moment? And it's like frantically flipping through pages.
And what's Wormfair? What is Wormfair?
I don't know
I
what
don't-
that is.
I'm guessing
Yeah.
Wormfair is whatever's past there. I'm guessing. But
Yeah, the word wormfair to you, ma'am. You know that in Giant, worm refers to dragon,
Yeah.
and fair is kind of like it has multiple translations, but it's like fear or like impending danger or like something like that. Like so this kind of translates to you kind of like the fear of dragons or a dragon's fear of death or something along those lines.
So it's not like a place. It's
Not that you've ever heard of, but it's definitely like almost a giant translation, like a giant translation of something.
What are the panels on the sides of the mountains?
There's the entire thing is like one mountain that kind of goes up to a point, and at the top of the point is the sun. That's also like the top is the sun, the bottom is the moon, and then on either side of the base of the mountain are these like indentations that are roughly round on either side.
How big?
I mean, they're good size.
What about like the entire door? Like, what's the distance between like the indentations?
So the entire door is probably 4 to 5 feet across, and the two indentations are probably 3 feet apart. Like they're both at the edge of the door, about waist high.
Does it seem natural at all if Ma'am kind of stands in front and tries to put her hands on those panels?
It feels very natural, and your hands like fit beautifully into these indentations.
Can I move anything?
So you put your hands in there and you try to move back and forth, and nothing really kind of seems to move.
Ma'am says, hands in place, and then glances up to the sun on top, moon on bottom, and says,
and it's like one circle that has like an indent all around it.
turn light to dark.
Turn light to dark. My trunk! I reach up with my trunk and try to turn that 180 degrees.
So with your hands in the depressions, you reach up with your trunk, and as you start to turn, you hear as the sun starts to turn. And when you get it so that all the rays are pointing down, you hear a clong, and you see like dust like fall away from the sides of the door. And Vildor's like, "What did you do?" Oh my god!
Either broke it or
Oh my god! And then Nyx has the page open about like the amulet, and that if all groups of Lexodon come together, they can throw off the chains.
Yeah. Ma'am is just like completely stunned right now. Like,
And Nyx has this giant smile, and it's like a nervous but happy, like trying to feel out the situation. yeah, that face.
Ma'am is still just like kind of standing there, like hands just loosely taken off the like just waiting to see what the fuck is about to happen.
Did the door open?
The door didn't open.
It just clunked.
Perhaps it just unlocked.
Oh.
Nyx goes up to the door. Do we roll it or do
thaumaturgy?
No. Oh, do you want a thaumaturgy?
What do you?
No, I mean, I just if people seem reticent to like be near it, like if I were to, I could open it from a distance away.
Well, I think it's just shocked that it didn't like fully open. but it's also been like however long it's been
Yeah,
sealed. So
go ahead, Nix.
I just I I don't know whether it's like a rolling stone or whether you push it. So Nyx kind of pushes and turns it at the same time to see what
So,
direction it wants to go.
as you push it, you hear kind of a nah, and it starts to like open up like a door into, so it kind of starts to push open like a door on, if as if there were hinges on the left side and it's opening in. It just kind of starts to slide in.
Oh. Nyx just slowly and just very carefully, and I have dark vision, so like as soon as like it opens, I'm slowly seeing what the hell is behind
So
it.
so as you open it, and you start to see from the right side as it opens, like away from you, like a door opening away, and you see that it looks like that this is opening like a box that's all the same kind of bronze material. And on the right side, which is what you start to see first, there's just these like hieroglyphs almost of like Luxodons, and like this like overall like scene of Luxodons like walking through this like circle and like coming out, and there's like grasslands and like mountains. And then as you fully open it, you see that the above is kind of the same thing, but it's all like stars. But as you kind of look at it, you can see that there's constellations that you don't recognize. They don't look like any constellation you've ever seen. And that the floor looks like almost grassy almost, but like it's flat, but you can see kind of texture. The left side is very similar as well. Now that the door is fully open, you can see the left side has the same kind of hieroglyphs, almost a mirror image of the other side, where there's like Luxodons coming out of this like shimmery circle, opening up into like a land with, grasses and mountains and hills. And then straight ahead of you is just this giant pictograph that looks like something I'm going to show you as soon as I can get the picture.
I'm so excited.
Where is it? What did I do with it? Shit. Hold please.
Yep.
Here we go. Okay. And so the entire back wall almost looks like a well, I'll just show you.
Oh my god.
Campaigns, Chronicles,
My seat.
images, and I wasn't sure you were going to see this today, obviously. All right. You don't know what that is. Okay. And so the entire back wall looks like this.
What?
What's the material?
So it looks like the same exact material. It's all this bronze, but you can tell that there's this, this darker section of this bronze that was colored out.
So, so is this these lines, are they drawn on a flat surface of bronze, or are they?
Yes.
Textured?
It's like textured, but yes.
Okay.
The entire box that this door opens into is all of this kind of bronzy material. And this looks like the rest of it, except for this darker section that looks like it's been, identified differently for some reason, colored differently for whatever reason.
Okay. So this sort of path in what looks like a maze, that it hasn't been like dug out. Like,
no, it's just a different color.
Okay. I mean,
If
is there a labyrinth nearby?
Well, if I go in and I touch the wall, is it completely flat, or is all of those like ridges raised?
It's all like carved into bronze. So some sections are raised a little bit, and some sections are carved a little bit. So just like the hieroglyphs, like it's carved into this bronze like material, and in some places it feels like it's raised a little bit, like tactile almost.
If I put parchment over it that I have, can I take a rubbing?
Sure.
Okay,
Yep.
and then I'll fill in that maze, right? I'll
Okay.
fill in the line.
The darkness, like you'll fill in the dark part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There was
So I'll have a.
one of the dwarves in Gauntlgrym to mention something about a puzzle that he.
This is the puzzle.
Yep, that was
that
that guy. That was this guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the puzzle. This is.
He had access
Ma'am.
to this?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, the guy was talking about a puzzle. I didn't realize he had access to. Sounded like he had access to this before, but whatever. It's
yeah, he's been trying to figure this out for years since they've uncovered it, but they couldn't translate the runes because they're not fully dwarven runes.
Mm-hmm. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, Mam's gonna light up a torch and step in herself, and start to see all this. I mean, yeah, come on in, everyone. Is any of this more significant to her than Nyx? Like the constellations on the ceiling, runes on the walls?
That is an excellent question. So how much of the history of Loxodon does Mam know?
I think Mam knows a fair... I think Mam knows a lot of history of her clan. I don't know... I don't know what the separation between like her clan and Loxodon
overall
general like culture and history is. If her clan is super representative. She's got proficiency in history. So I mean, it's definitely something that like she studies.
Okay. Well, let's let the dice decide that. I'm going to have you do a history check here. And depending on what you roll is how much. So there's no DC. The higher you roll, the more I'll tell you.
Okay. And this is we still have the old oh, you know what? I'm going to use my inspiration and roll on advantage.
All right.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
Brilliant.
Oh.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Yes.
That was
so you're okay. So you're kind of in a unique situation, kind of know some of this. So your elder, Jeshra, has really kind of raised you to understand Loxodon because your role is as this, like, you are the protector, the watcher of the ancients, the ancestors. And so Jeshra
that's the coolest fucking name for that position I could ever imagine. The watcher of the ancients.
That's awesome. So Jeshra, brought you up to stories of this. And so what you understand to be true is millennia ago, the Loxodon actually left their planet. There was a war going on planet Ravnica, and the Loxodon actually left. They no longer wanted to be a part of this war. They didn't want to be a part of this world. And that through the Earthshaker and the Earthshaper, they were allowed to leave that planet for another one. And so you exited through portals into the world of Faerun, and this happened centuries ago. When that happened, the Loxodon was all one race, and they were led by the ancient elder Grinmal, and he was the one who led the Loxodon away from the war into Faerun. Not all the Loxodon left. There are still Loxodon left in Ravnica, and they have, over the centuries, they have done their own thing, and they're still on Ravnica. But the Loxodon that came here were led by Grinmal, and he had this Amulet of the Twins. That was something that was given to him by Earthshaker and Earthshaper for the transition to this new world. It came with powers that they still don't truly understand, in a way that allowed the Loxodon to kind of shape this world a little bit for themselves. But as Grinmal was reaching the end of his life, he was worried about what would happen when his nephew Dankar took over. And so he decided he was gonna hide the amulet. So he took the amulet and he left for multiple 10 days, and no one really knew what happened. No one knew where he went. But when he came back, he was tired. He was reaching the end of his life. He didn't, he was worried about his people, and he tried to talk to Dankar about leading the right way. Dankar was angry that he had not received the amulet. He was waiting to receive the amulet to take over leading the Loxodon, and he wanted to take over this planet. He didn't want to be just another species here. He wanted full control, which is something that Grinmal kind of understood, which is why he didn't want to pass on power. And so when Dankar found out that he had hidden the amulet, he murdered Grinmal. And in this process, he split the Loxodon forever. Some of the Loxodon wanted to stay with Dankar. Others were just completely mortified that he would have done that to the Elder, and they left. And so this splintered the Loxodon into the current tribes that they're in now, where your tribe is one that broke off. And there are many others across the planet, across Faerûn, that splintered off of this original group. And the legend is that when Grinmal hid this amulet, he did so in a way that eventually somebody would find it. Only a Loxodon would be able to find this amulet. And when they do, it's the symbol of leadership that all the Loxodon recognize and could actually bring them back into one people's, allow them to throw off whatever chains they've bound themselves to in this world, and again become a singular people. So that's the legend of the origin of Loxodon on this planet, and why the Amulet of the Twins is hidden currently.
Well, shit. And the relationship with giants, is that specific to Mam's clan?
It's not. So
Okay.
when the Loxodons came to this planet, it was still in the early stages, and at that point, it was really still ruled by the dragons and the giants. And so the Loxodon, being large creatures, kind of took an affinity with the giants, and they shared a lot of their culture. And so they ended up blending languages and things like that, where they became very close to the giants, and the giant, kind of pantheon, and, kind of adopted their language and their runes and things like that. That's why the Loxodons are so close to the giants as far as language and runes and things like that.
Okay. Ma'am will, summarize some of the big I imagine, actually, I see this like really cinematically of like her shining the light on like parts of the runes and like telling the story of the history as like she shines it on like different spots. And then we came to this world as like she lights up the one of like the portal, and like, yeah. And then like as she's kind of getting to the end, she like puts the light on like this seeming maze, this map, and says, and the amulet was meant to be found somewhere only another Loxodon could find it.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Nyx looks up the constellation doesn't look like anything we've seen on this planet, anything we've seen on our plane.
Right.
Correct.
Does it? There has been teleportation circles that looked like constellations, right?
I think
Kind
that's
You're remembering that the Harpers, their teleportation rooms have a very similar look to it, but the constellations are constellations that you recognize.
That we know.
So this is similar, but it's like, you know, the constellations, I think you're all assuming correctly, are constellations from Ravnica.
right.
Ravnica. Okay.
Are you thinking that he might have hit it on Ravnica?
Possibly. I mean, how powerful are we talking here? The amulet. I mean, the myth of the amulet. We heard from Claudia could bring the whole Luxodon back together.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the reason it got split apart, and the reason.
So I will say that ma'am knows that the only way the Luxodon were able to come here was through the power of the Earthshaker and the Earthshaper.
Okay.
So it has to be here, right?
So he wouldn't have just been able to up and travel back himself.
Yep.
Yeah, so probably, yeah, all right. Probably not not looking at planar travel here or planetary travel here. It's here. But what is
and you know, Fildor has been, you know, just completely soaking all of this in. Like, this is like the culmination of his life at this point.
Yeah.
Like, this door has never been opened, and he's just like,
Was
he's
there
hearing you
something
talk
in the
about all these
center?
things, and he's like, what's that?
Was there something in the center?
In the center of the box?
Yeah.
No, it's just open. It's just open.
It's-
And both
it's just-
either side has the hieroglyphs of like the Luxodons coming to this planet, and the back wall has this kind of maze map thing. And then if you look on the other side of the door,
it's just about to say.
yeah. If you look on the back side of the door, it's just the mountain. Like, it's similar to the one on the front with the mountain that had the sun on it, but it's the entire door is this one mountain.
The riddle said 3 and thrice.
Reveal your
Oh
destiny.
shit. My bad.
What?
Reveal.
I fucked that up.
Were you not supposed to
Yeah, I
do
fucked that up. My bad. That was another.
Uh,
Yeah, my bad. Okay, well,
So there was 3 times we have to do it, right?
so fuck.
Sorry.
Shit, I fucked that up.
Sorry.
Shit. Well, I mean, you open the door now, like, but
So would ma'am just have had to turn it 3 times? Is that
no. You all figured out that 3 of you had to say one of Earthshaker, one of Earthshaper 3 times.
Oh.
So 3 of you at the same time, like a chant, had to say Earthshaker, one of Earthshaker, one of Earthshaper, one of Earthshaker, one of Earthshaper.
Okay.
And then you were able to open the door.
But
So we figured that out. Yeah, no.
Yeah, we figured that out. Yeah.
But
yeah.
I think it accidentally
Good
happened
job,
because I said one of Earthshaper, one of Earthshaker, and then Fildor said it, and then you said it, and then you did the thing. So I think it accidentally
Perfect. Yeah, that's
happened.
exactly what happened.
All right.
Boom.
Okay. So do we do it again?
Wow.
Or is that like it? Was that just to open the door?
That was
So
to open the door.
The inside of the
Okay.
door just has the mountain.
Yes.
So you're looking at the backside of the mountain? Is this the mountain?
It looks exactly the same as the mountain on the front, except there's no sun at the top, and it takes up the entire door. Like, the bottom of the mountain has the entirety of the bottom of the door, and then it kind of goes up to the top of the door.
I mean, we're in a mountain, right?
You are,
Mhm.
yep. Well, you're in a mountain range, so there's it's not a single mountain like that.
Okay.
What you're looking at is definitely some type of a singular mountain peak. Whether or not it's part of a mountain range, you don't know, but it's you can tell by looking at it that it's not Gauntlgrym, which is more of a grouping of mountains.
Worm Fair. And you said the Worm Fair basically is like Dragon's Fear, or
yeah, like a dragon. It's a loose translation. You're not sure exactly what it would, but the words themselves are like dragon, like fear of death, dragon, the end of all, like some type of impending danger, something like that. The translation is loose.
Did dragons fear giants?
They are mortal enemies.
so there it must be somewhere.
Nix pulls out the maps. Let's look at the maps. Hang on a second.
Somewhere that there's a mountain that
It's not going to be that easy.
Okay, so is it any mountains that I have, like Nix or Zwasos has encountered? Either Zwasos just trips and treks out flying, or us, like we went to Cryovane, we've been through mountain ranges, we've been here, we've been up in Mirabar, we've been,
I will
I'll help with an insight check.
I will say that it's like there's like it's kind of familiar but not. I mean, you've been in the Icespire Peaks, you've been in Gauntlgrym, like you've been a bunch of places where there are mountains, and you're kind of like, it's kind of familiar, but you're not sure if it's because you've seen it before or because you've seen a bunch of mountains before. Like you're not like, oh yeah, that's that mountain, but you're also kind of like,
okay.
I feel like I've seen that somewhere. But you're not sure if it's in person or like on a map.
I'll help with an insight check.
I know. What can we do? Like an insight or like
advantage?
a history?
I'm gonna say no, because even if you roll a 20, you're not gonna be like, oh, it's this mountain. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna have you roll because you can't. You
Okay.
can't.
Boo.
So I can't remember whether it was like an image that I saw or if we actually went to a mountain like that.
But it's tickling your memory somehow.
I'm trying to think, like, is there anything in like, would any of us know anything about any giant dragon history of like there being some war around a mountain or a fight or something?
I mean, you all kind of know, like there's legends of dragons and giants fighting for control of Faerun, and it's just kind of this long history of them constantly at war with each other. And that's probably the reason why neither one have really taken over the world, because they're always in opposition of each other. And that's kind of what keeps balance on the planet. If either one of them were to win, the small folk would probably be wiped out pretty quickly. Right. But these two kind of negative forces kind of keep the balance together. So they've warred forever. And there are definitely stories of the rise of Tiamat and things like that, but they're all very vague and don't provide any type of like location information or stories of a single mountain or anything like that. You feel like maybe you're missing a clue as to what this mountain might signify. It's the one thing that doesn't make any sense with the rest of all this stuff. You don't know what the mountain signifies.
Well, yeah, Nix, you took a kind of like copy of the map, right? The maze. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Um,
Well,
I just look towards that fielder. Anything about mountains? Do you know anything about mountains?
Well, I know a lot about this mountain. I know a lot more
Yeah.
now. And he's kind of looking
Yeah.
at it. He's like, I don't know. I mean, it just kind of looks like a mountain, I guess. I mean, there's lots of singular mountains around, right? Maybe, maybe the star, maybe in the Star Mount, or where are some other famous mountain ranges? There's Sword Mountains. Maybe there's one in the Sword Mountains. There's the Gray Peak Mountains. That's southwest of here. And you know, there's the Spine of the World way up north. There's the Nether Mountain ranges over by Everland. There's the Ice Spires over by Iron Slag. That's another thing.
Iron Slag.
You know, I mean, the Gray Peak mountain ranges. There's, I mean, that goes for quite a ways. You'd be searching for a long time there. But I mean, I don't think there's any here that stand a peak like this here in the Gauntlgrym Mountains. But I mean, I haven't seen all of the Spine of the World. I haven't seen all the mountains, so doesn't ring any bells for me.
you ever hear anything about any kind of maze or labyrinth?
I mean, there's old stories of the Minotaur's labyrinth, right? The old legends, but I don't know where that might be. No.
Yeah. All right.
Nyx is gonna do one last pass with like looking at the images and seeing if there's anything to press, anything to like shift in the image that didn't align with the story.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Okay.
Really well. Okay. All right.
That was ma'am.
Oh yeah.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, I thought you were just sending it to everybody.
My bad. Oh, are you talking to us, Mario? I can hear you.
Yes.
Fuck. I feel about
Bad roll. What I missed.
So
What happened?
I'm trying to make something up here.
Okay.
So you
roll one.
So
No,
the 7 was good. I didn't have to do anything with that. The 20 you kind of have to find something. So when you're kind of, you know how the right side and the left side are kind of like mirror images of each other, and they both kind of go forward towards this maze. Well, when you kind of like follow them back towards where the door was, you do notice on either side that there's a little bit of differences as they seem to lead towards this mountain. One kind of shows like a little bit of mountains with like water flowing through it almost. And then the other side kind of shows like almost like wetlandy type area. And that's the only thing that isn't completely mirror image about the two sides. One shows like water and one shows like wetlands.
So is it showing like north and south, or like a directional like span?
You're not I mean, if you were to shut the door and look at it as you're looking at the mountain, the water would be on the right side and the wetlands are on the left side. So if you're assuming that looking straight at it gives you like a north-south view, then you would assume east and west. But you're not. There's no other landmark to kind of give you context to direction.
And so you said looking at it, right side is like Is it like open water or like?
No, like a river runs through it type of thing. Like you can
Okay.
see, and then the left
And
side
then
is
wetlands.
more wetlands. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, I'm gonna open up the maps. Nick goes quiet and is like studying these images, and then taps ma'am and goes, "Do you? This is supposed to be mirrored, right?"
I mean, everything else is, yeah.
But that's a but this is a river, and that's wetlands.
Yeah.
Nick's like crowds the map. Just like goes down like with a fine tooth comb. I'm gonna start looking at mountain ranges in those areas. Oh my gosh, can we narrow it down at all? Because it's familiar to us, but it's not. Hang on, I have to look at the images tab.
And at this point, Fildor's like, I got to get more dwarves down here. We gotta catalog this. Definitely gotta catalog this. But you stay here as long as you want. I gotta get some artisans and some sketchers down here.
I look at ma'am. I mean, this is kind of like a Luxodon. I mean, just don't break anything.
Yeah, make sure you don't break anything before we get here to catalog it.
This is a
ma'am just puts a hand on his shoulder and says, I know this is very exciting for you. This is very sensitive and important information.
Oh, I should get King Bruner then.
Why don't we just get King Bruner?
Okay. I can do that.
I think that'd be best. Thank you.
Okay. And he kind of scuttles off.
What does wetlands look like on the map? Like the Mirror of Dead Men?
Yeah, like the Mirror of Dead Men. What is
like
this? The Fallen
Highmore,
Ones, the Highmore,
yeah.
the Evermore.
Okay, hang on.
I think is there more? I think that's all on this map anyway.
The Highmore. Okay. A river flows through it.
I can't. Maybe in the high forest. Yep.
Do we know where the sorry.
There is there's the ice spires
Well,
that have
the ice.
the silver marshes, and then looks like there's a river.
I know that would be Iron Slag. I'm trying to see, but that's also like those are like multiple.
Wait, we've been to the ice spires, right? That's
No.
where we fought.
That's
No,
the
we
Sword
went.
Mountain.
I don't remember. I
Icefire
suppose.
Peak was in the Sword Mountains.
We can sort of.
Oh, okay.
The star mount. The star mounts look like they have a river running. Is that a river or a path?
Can I get a map? What are you looking at?
I'm looking at. Okay, if you go to images, there's the north and
Oh,
star.
I found the star there. I
yeah.
got it.
I gotta find the other one here.
Yeah,
There's
which
two.
one? Which one are you looking at, Eliza?
I'm looking at the north. If you go to the high forest, the star. I don't know if that's a river. It looks like a river,
That is a river.
and it
Going
goes
through,
directly through Starmount. But it doesn't have a marshland, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't have so much have, unless like to the south, but no, it doesn't super look marshy.
Unless you're looking at it.
There's the Evermoors, but those are, I mean,
So Zwasos, you feeling fidgety while they're doing all this?
I mean, I was just going to chime in and say, let's look at the Evermores too on the map.
Okay. Just checking. If you're squirrely, maybe you're checking your ship again to see if you could figure out something.
So wait, the Lost Peak also has a river, but it doesn't flow out of it. Does this mountain have like a river flowing in and then out of it, or does it just?
Nope.
Do I
see
Zwasos
wait! I'll use my advantage. I'll use my inspiration.
Right. Okay, very good.
Fuck you.
All right. So you're, again, they're doing all this stuff, and you're like, yeah, that's cool and all. You're like, but I feel like that fucking dwarf stole something from me, little prick. So you're kind of looking through your pouches and stuff, and as you do that, like in your waistband, you feel a little piece of paper.
Oh, he snuck something on me.
And you find in your inventory a note.
Oh my god, a note! I love notes.
It's in your
I
inventory.
also love hugs. It's in my inventory. I'm gonna. Oh my goodness, I love my inventory.
It's funny. It's the guy you robbed for silver.
Yeah, you did rob him after that.
Okay, it says here, Bruner doesn't approve of factions within Gauntlgrym. We found the item you needed. Darren Marquis, a retired general of the Order, said that he had one in his collection for you. But now we can't contact him. Last we knew, he lived in a large farmhouse on the river in a village. What? It just, the thing, oh.
You have to scroll down.
No, I here's the, oh my god, things keep popping up. Okay. Oh, some side quests popped up.
Sorry, I was sharing the quests.
Okay, so let's see. Bruner doesn't approve of blah, retired general of the Order said he had one in his collection for you, but now we can't contact him. Last we knew, he lived in a large farmhouse on the river in a village called Riverton, on the edge of the high moor just south of Zelbras and Loudwater. So the Order of the Gauntlet has sent me a quest to go see Darren Marquis because he has an item for me, but they can't reach him, and I gotta find him or see what happened to him. I mean, do we?
I'm throwing everything at you.
Okay. And then
Okay, we can't get lost by all of these things. We have to do the frost giants.
Yeah, I still think that's our priority.
The frost giants are the priority, but there's two that I think would be a really good possibility, considering it's on the right and the left hand, is either the Lost Peaks or the Star Mounts.
Where's Lost Peaks?
Lost Peaks is right above Star Mounts.
Where's Star Mounts?
That's on the north, the north map. It's the high forest. So if you're, it's
The
like
big
a
forest in the
giant.
center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it.
It
Yeah.
says it's where the grandfather tree is with the Shadow Cathedral.
Yeah. Wow, I'm blind. Wait.
So if you're on the north map,
Oh, thanks, Arrow.
the giant forest has
Okay.
Star Mounts, which is the giant mountain in the middle, which
Yeah,
does
yeah,
have
yeah.
a river flowing
I didn't
through
realize
it.
there was a mountain in the middle of the forest. It's weird.
If you,
That's where
if
Zwasos
you,
is from.
Oh, really? Hey.
Yeah.
if
Star
you
map.
stand, I turn the map.
Yeah.
I turn the map
Mm-hmm.
and I look at where the mountain is. And do we see that the river flows through the mountain, like all the way through, or does it just reach the mountain in this picture?
You don't
We
know.
don't know.
It
Okay,
looks like it
but-
Kind
goes
of a map
through.
that you have. It's hard to
But
tell.
there is a. Well, no, I'm not talking about the map because the map shows what flows through and what doesn't. I'm talking about the image on the wall. You said it definitely flows through
Yeah,
the
no,
mountain.
there's just at the very edge where the like hieroglyphs meet where the mountain is. It's just a very small change between the two of them. They don't actually connect to the mountain.
Mhm.
It just one shows, a river and one shows wetland. There's no like context between those and the mountain itself.
Okay. But Lost Peaks, that's like one mountain, right? It's like a singular mountain.
I mean, the name suggests otherwise.
Yeah, and Star Mounts.
Zwasos can tell you that Star Mount has a very plateaued top to it, and that's where the Aarakocra have made their home. So not
Does
like a
this look-
spire.
Does this look plateaued?
No, this is like a peak.
Very peak.
The,
Okay.
the mountain that you're seeing in the depiction is a peak, whereas Zwasos can tell you that Star Mount does not come to a peak.
Well, Lost Peak has. Okay, so that's a possibility. And then Nick still just holds the. Oh my god.
Wait.
What's Mithril Hall?
Does High Moor have anything to do with this? The High Moor?
The Highmore?
No, I'm just looking at like.
Well,
See
we're
that, like-
looking at yeah.
That lake and the High Moor,
Mhm.
kind of like.
Yeah.
I will say that like if you mention it, like I'm not gonna confirm if you've got it right or not. So the only way you'll know if you're in the right place is to go there.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So,
Okay.
so you can sit here and guess all you want, but you're making plans for another time. And
All
I'm
right.
gonna well, I suppose I've just denied a few times, but I'm gonna stop doing that now.
Okay.
All right. I assume that you. Okay. Never mind.
As kind of a last thought, Mam is gonna say to I'm so bad with the names. He left though, didn't he?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. He's coming back now though. Now that you've had a little bit of time, he's like, okay, I talked to Bruner. He's gonna send some dwarves down here to seal this off and just kind of keep it secret.
I appreciate that.
Sure. Is it okay if I take notes? I promise I won't share with anyone else. This is just so amazing.
Yes, you. I trust that as an academic, you will, just do your research and, hopefully someday this can be shared. But I think for right now, let's keep it, under wraps.
If I come up with anything, you and Bruner will be the only people I would tell.
Fantastic. Real quick, you said you know a bit about a lot of mountains. Around Iron Slag or the Ice Spires, is there kind of a particular peak in that region at all?
I mean, the Ice Spires have a number of peaks like that. Iron Slag, I'm not really sure. There's the Citadel Adbar or Citadel Feldbar. Their dwarves there probably could tell you more about maybe specific peaks in those kinds of mountains, but I don't remember. There's probably, but I don't. I couldn't tell you for sure.
All right. Well, thank you.
This is such a gigantic map. It's so daunting.
Yeah, and this is just a small fraction of Faerun.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Well, I think Ma'am feels like we probably just need to either sit with it more or find more information.
That's too far now. Sorry.
So I think she might be okay, like
There's a
tabling
mountain.
this for now.
There's
Yes.
a point in the mountain literally called Great Worm Cavern.
I did notice that.
All right, we gotta look up myths. We gotta take care of the frost giants.
Yeah,
Can we do
guess
it
all
in
day
half an
long.
hour?
Yeah.
I know. Can we do it in a half hour? Can we fight giants in a
Yeah, right.
I mean, we are the folk band, so
This is true. This is very true.
right.
I had to go to the bathroom, so
Where
I
are
mean,
we on the map? I forget.
We're at
Yeah,
Gauntlgrym
you
still,
are
right?
on the Sword Coast map. You are in Gauntlgrym.
Okay.
Which is right next to where we want to go.
Oh, so we're closer to Port Llast than Neverwinter, or maybe not quite.
As the crow flies, yeah, but you can get to Neverwinter via spell.
Right.
And then it would be a much quicker, smoother trip from Neverwinter to Port Llast over the road.
Or
Rather
water.
Oh yeah, or water.
Unless we get like ambushed and shit.
Has there been time since all this? No, we've been actively doing this ever since we got out of there. So, Ma'am still needs to spend a couple hours if she wants to put sending in her book.
Yeah.
Boo. Wish I could burn spells from books and scrolls.
Play a wizard.
Multi-class wizard.
I can't.
Or-
My intelligence is 10.
Or take the ritual
Yeah, you're
caster
too dumb to
feat.
be a wizard.
What?
Take the ritual caster feat.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Magic initiate too, right? No,
Man,
that's
I'd
just
have to-
cantrips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with I think ritual caster lets you actually like learn rituals from scrolls too and add them to a little spell book.
Oh, nice. Sweet.
that'd be nice.
I've always thought like a barbarian with that would be fun, like because barbarians don't get a lot of out of combat stuff, and they're supposed to be dumb and stuff, but like play them as more like spiritual and like have a little like spell book that they do like out of combat, cast
Well, you've got-
magic.
Like a shaman.
Yeah,
Yeah, wild magic barbarians are fun.
Yeah,
They can cast
exactly.
detect magic and shit like that.
yeah.
Yep, they've got some cool stuff. All right. So, what's the folk band gonna do?
I mean, we got to.
well, Ma'am doesn't have the teleportation spell until we long rest, because then she can switch out her spells.
Yeah, so
So
we can't
do it right.
leave until the morning.
So it sounds like you're spending the night here one
Yeah,
more.
we're
night.
spending one more night, but you get to copy the sending spell a couple of times, and then send one to Salty, send one to Never Ember.
Which you'll have to wait till morning to do too. But
How would that work if you spend time during the day copying a spell into a book? You couldn't possibly have that spell prepared.
right. So I think
you
I
have to
need to
wait
wait
till the
till
morning.
tomorrow morning.
Oh, boo! That blows. It doesn't have to sound abjuration, is it?
Nope.
If it's a scroll, can you use it? He wrote it on a scroll, right?
If there's a scroll, oh well, no, because copying it into his book would consume the scroll.
Yeah. If I could just use the scroll, but there have been so many times that we've said, "Hey, if we knew sending, like, I'm just gonna take this opportunity to learn
copy it. Yeah. Okay.
and probably add it to spells that I'll usually prepare."
Yeah, because like you could send a message to Claudia like directly.
Yeah, that's exactly part of what I was thinking.
Oh my god.
So Mam is actually going to ask if she can basically just have time in this little chamber, and I think that's just where she's going to want to spend the rest of the day. She'll copy her spell in there, and then also I think just kind of like, this is a lot for her to kind of sit here and take this in, so she wants some kind of quiet reflection time in there.
And I did say that I'd cover the cost of copying the sending spell, which is a level 3 spell, so that's 150 gold. Or 15 platinum, yes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
So should I just
delete it from your.
Just delete it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
3.
I've
only got 700. I've only got 700 platinum on. So
yeah, because
really gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Nyx is gonna spend time in the room too, just copying the design, like seeing the pictures and everything. Is gonna take out her sketchbook and start sketching, especially like the image of the mountain with the river and the wetlands, just to keep it fresh in their memory.
Cool. Does anybody want to revisit the shops of Gauntlgrym? So there's a whole level of like shops, potions, leather goods, jewelry, jewels, armory.
I bought a shit ton of stuff. I would sell stuff. So maybe after I copy the pictures, I'll go sell stuff.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, Zwasos is gonna just kind of like, Zwasos gets the idea that man maybe needs some time to herself. Otherwise, he'd want to offer her kind of moral support. But so he's going to step aside and just go hide in the corner and stew over the fact that he can't go after that magic item that they found for him. He's not going to say anything, but he's going to stew.
Very good.
Yeah, just be like.
Okay. So, do we want to skip ahead? Or is there any role-playing, shopping, anything anybody wants to accomplish for the rest of this day?
I can't think of anything.
Okay. All right, we can skip ahead, and I have been terrible about keeping up with the calendar here.
I was trying to see if I would sell anything. There's a lot that I have held.
I mean, I've got a gold ring set with runestones. As far as I know, has no other use other than as a treasure.
I have the vicious short sword that I can't use. Well, I can use it, but
does it require attunement?
It doesn't say it does.
Let's see, vicious short sword.
Mm-hmm. It's in my haversack.
Is it? Yeah, it is identified. You can tell if something is not identified because it shows up in red, I guess.
Mm-hmm. When you roll a 20 on your attack roll with this magic weapon, your critical hit deals an extra 7 damage.
Yep. Yeah. So you want to sell that?
I don't know. Now I feel like a hoarder. I'm like, I should get rid of some stuff, and now I'm like, never.
You know what if I need that later?
This. But like, I seriously haven't used it since I got my sword. Since I got my cat sword.
I've got this. I've got this ebony quarterstaff that I could probably see if some necromancer somewhere, somebody who practices necromancy, might have interest in.
Yeah, I have a few things that I could.
A quarterstaff.
Yeah, I've got a mammarian ebony quarterstaff. It's
like a monk quarterstaff, or is it like a staff
well, no, it's a
casting?
It says that when I use it as a focus to cast spells that deal necrotic damage, the spell gets a +1 bonus to the damage roll. But I don't. But I use,
so it's not to whack people with; it's to.
Yeah.
So it's really useless to me.
Yeah, you get that from that psycho orc. I forget his name. Yeah, Grumsh.
Would it be reasonable to get spell components for a spell that I do not know yet, but intend to learn?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, because it said on the scroll what the components are.
I mean, it's
and just knowing of spells,
right.
Like you would know that they require certain things, and you could prepare for that.
I don't just like magically learn new spells when I level up. Like there's been, like it's been practice. Yeah. Cool. Well, if Nyx leaves the little chamber to go off and check out the shops, Ma'am might give you a little well,
like a little shopping list.
Yeah, just a little a weird little note that she needs just a bunch of jewels. She gives you a baggie of 1,000 gold and just says, just get, a bunch of like jewels and yeah, that kind of thing. Oh, and grab me a dagger
gemstones.
too. Gemstones and a dagger, yeah.
What kind of gemstones?
It don't matter. Whatever you think will look nice.
She just holds up the bangle that has like, hang on. It has amethyst, it has lazuli, it has tiger eye, it has obsidian. I have several loose emeralds.
I mean, that's all yours. I need it for I need to make a jeweled dagger, pretty much.
Oh, okay. Nyx just kind of hold the gold. What's your favorite gem?
I don't know. I'm not particular. You look at Ma'am wearing just very normal, literally her only jewelry is a necklace of skulls with some runes on them.
Okay, pick your favorite colors.
I don't know. You look at, she's just got neutral yellow and brown and
like the desert. So browns and reds and yeah. Okay, desert. Okay, got it. Now with gold, Nyx can leave. go scour the gem store. And a dagger. Hang on. So the first goal for Nyx is actually to find the rook.
Yeah, Nook's right there.
Hi.
Hi. So you were in the Celathor, the trade guild, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you lived in the desert.
Yes.
Yes. Do you know the types of gems that can be found out in the desert?
Why? Yes, I
Orcs.
do. What do I do?
So sandstone.
Sandstone.
Amber,
Amber. Okay.
Malachite. I made that up. Tourmaline, maybe?
Tourmaline.
Sure.
Something like emerald, maybe.
Topaz.
Emerald. I
Yeah,
have emerald.
topaz. Definitely topaz. Yeah,
Topaz.
emerald for sure.
What's the other one?
Oh yeah.
That what's that blue rock that they always have in their stuff in the desert, like in Arizona and shit like that? Turquoise.
Oh,
Turquoise. Yeah, turquoise
Turquoise.
is big. That's a good one. Well done.
Turquoise.
Well
Okay.
done. I'm giving you another inspiration for that one. Turquoise.
Yay!
That was good.
Yay! Two inspiration.
Get my inspiration back.
Nick's just nervously. It's like, can you help me find these gems or like something similar in the shops? To Naruk.
Oh, hi. Yeah, sorry. I was just got a weird email. Yes. Let's do it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Everything's so expensive.
I know, but that's okay.
God.
Okay.
So the thing about gems is they're always on value. You'll never be upcharged. You'll never get a discount. So they're basically like carrying gold or platinum themselves.
Oh, cool.
So like buying gemstones doesn't like actually cost you anything because you can still use it like money.
Oh wow!
Unless of course you cast Revivify and you lose 300 gold worth of diamonds. Other than that, like it just stays money.
Wow, these are gems I haven't seen since my time in Southern. Wow, goodness gracious! Look at this.
I apologize if it does not contain
the things that we were thinking about. That's fine.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah.
This
Awesome.
I see amber.
Yeah,
I see amber. I see aquamarine.
Wow, blue sapphire, amazing.
I know, that's what I was thinking, but that's like all the money.
Oh, yeah, I mean, black sapphire, black. Wow, so beautiful. I start to water. My merchant's heart.
Oh, hang on. I have emeralds, so I don't need to. I could trade some of these.
I think I might have.
Jade. I start thinking about like the earth and the desert vibe, and I'm gonna just try to pick what I think works.
Wait, here. Wait, I gotta add this. This wasn't in there, but now it is. There we go.
Where is it? Oh, turquoise. Okay. Turquoise.
Yes,
I hope I spelled it right.
I think you did.
It's a yellow
It
color.
costs 500 gold.
There's no O in turquoise.
Oh, there
That's
isn't?
fine. No.
That's a tricky one. No judgment. That's a tricky one.
That's fine. Hang on.
Oh, damn, Ruby
Yeah.
always been that expensive? My God.
I'm fixing it on my side.
Hang on. Amber.
Stop it.
Amber is yellow.
Stop it. You can't
Here
have that.
This.
Gold.
Shit.
Ah! Okay.
I just broke it.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I didn't know
I mean,
that
like,
would close everything out. Yeah.
Ma'am seemed to indicate that she needed a number of jewels. So I would say that the best thing to do is to take the 1,000 gold that she gave you and just buy, as many gems as you can with it.
Just needs 1,000 gold worth of gems.
Oh, just needs to be 1,000 gold worth of gems.
Yeah.
No, so it doesn't matter. Okay, then just buy 1,000 gold fucking gem and fucking call it good.
Yeah.
No.
So a couple of turquoise.
That's not how.
That's not how Nick rolls.
No. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hang on. Nick looks to Naruk. How much money do you have?
What do you say?
Oh, ma'am gave Nyx 1,000 gold.
I know that's not. If she has upper budget, doesn't matter.
I mean, it's just you have to
I
guess.
got. How much gold do you want? How much gold do you need?
We'll figure it out. Hang on.
How much
I
can I
got
have?
a bunch of platinum too.
Okay. We'll figure it out. Ma'am just wanted $1,000 worth of gems, and Nick's is like, whoosh.
Just a heads up. I'm fine, but it's 227 for anybody who.
Oh shit. We're gonna finish with the shopping. Hang on.
Okay.
We got turquoise, we got topaz, we're gonna get some amber.
I want to know what man needs the gems for.
Must be some type of spell.
Obviously.
We got peridot, where's the it was here.
Opal.
No. It was a
Sapphire?
no, I think I got it. I think it was topaz. Never mind.
Here we go. It's my best stone.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because there was only one topaz. So when you took it, that was it. There's no.
Okay.
Now it won't show up in the shop anymore because there's 0.
Okay. And I think.
No.
I think that's it.
And the dwarf that you're buying this off from is like, and if you want some more, we can find some more for later. You come back.
Very nice. Can I? Okay, I think I have emeralds that I could trade them. Let me just see how much they're worth each. There were.
Yeah.
Well, I have separate.
You have 4. I see 4 emeralds that are all 250.
Yep, and then I have like a big one that's worth more.
Yep. In your backpack, that's worth 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got 2,000 in emeralds.
I only need to sell. Hang on. I only need to sell 3 of the 250 ones. That's 250, 500, 750, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
he's looking at your stuff. He's like, if you give me the big emerald and 3 of the little emeralds, I'll give you all of this, and I'll even throw in the amethyst.
no.
So you'd be giving him 1,750, and he's giving you back 1,800 worth of gems. But if you don't want the amethyst, you don't want the amethyst. That's fine.
I don't want the amethyst, and I don't want to give him the big one. No.
Okay.
Hang on.
But you can keep it. That's fine.
No, I have plans with this. Hands off.
Sorry, I probably should know more.
It should know about more. Hang on. I gotta sell. Okay, so ma'am gave me.
Aubrey.
Oh, gave you 1,000.
Man gave me 1,000, so that will pay for it. And then I have to add. I have to take away 3 of the emeralds. Sorry. So there. And then
I'm taking 1,000 gold out of my inventory right now.
Okay, I gotta add 1,750 plus 148. Hang on.
1898.
1898. So let me just put that in my 18.
Wait, right?
98.
Did I do that wrong? 1,750 plus 148, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
1898
plus 148 is 1898.
Yep.
Okay. My computer's freezing. So this is sorry.
Okay.
I don't think ma'am knew how dedicated.
Right. How important this was.
Yeah. All right. So I took away the 3 out of the 4 emeralds, and then I'm just going to buy these.
Okay.
And then I have to go find a dagger.
Just a regular old dagger?
Yeah.
I mean, Zwasos has a pair of daggers. Like,
You have like a regular dagger? Hang on, do I have?
Honestly, let me see if ma'am has a regular dagger, because maybe she wouldn't have asked.
I think I have a. I don't have a regular
Bam
dagger.
actually doesn't have just a dagger.
Zwasos has 2 daggers and Naruk has 2 daggers.
Okay.
I throw them at people though. So I win.
Yep. That's fine. So
Oh,
Naruk's
that's
are
right.
bloodstained.
No.
Naruk's daggers
Yeah.
are bloodstained.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you don't want.
I'll find that like the little washing station and like clean up the dagger.
Just
Clean
like
up the
new.
dagger. Yes.
That's right.
And then so I have all of
go
those gemstones. Sorry, it's 2:33, so I want to wrap up the shopping adventure by giving everything to Bam.
Okay, very good. Very good.
So
Thanks.
so like Nick's is very excited. He's like, and like comes in and it's like, and then goes really quiet to see if Ma'am is meditating.
I'm just drooling over those gems, man.
I think
Those
she's
are
probably
beautiful.
working in her spell book when you come in.
And then like has a little bag and it's like,
Oh, thanks. And kind of like opens it, looks at him. It's like, oh, those are real pretty. And she reaches in and pulls out the topaz and says, "Oh yeah, yeah. We used to, yeah. Some of our jewelers used to use stuff like that." And kind of just puts it back in and puts it into her pack.
Nick's is like brushing on it. It's like, okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Did she notice that it's almost double what she asked for?
I don't think so. I don't think Ma'am knows like
Yeah, man doesn't
like
know crap about what you
no.
sell for.
Values right
hang
up,
on.
yeah.
Can I give something out? I want to take the last 250 of the emerald and give it to Ma'am. And it's like this is the one that I've been here.
Oh, well, what is
Good,
this
now you got enough.
for the rest? Is this to go with the rest of them, or is this?
Oh, it's way more than 1,000. But here you go.
But why?
And Nick scurries off without explanation. Just you're welcome, and then leaves.
Oh, okay.
You all need to splurge every now and then, right?
Yeah,
We deserve it.
it's funny.
Nick's just like completely red in the face. You can't tell under the black fur, but
That's awesome.
yay!
That's a good
Goes away.
wrap up to the session, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah. Zwasos, was there something you wanted?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I do have.
I was going to ask you if I could use my inspiration to instantly travel to where that dude is and find him and save him and get my item and then come back.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No. It's a good try, though.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta ask.
Yeah. Yeah, you did use your inspiration, though, by asking. So that's
Oh,
that's
okay.
good. Yeah.
So you have to wait till next session to get more.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you have to wait
Next
to the
session.
beginning of next session to get it back, yeah.
It's a 10.
The 10. Woo! Awesome. All right, so we'll call the session for today, and I will check in with everyone on Friday to see who's available next Sunday, and we'll play a game, one shot or a campaign or something
I know
somewhere
that
in between.
at the very least, I'm gonna have to be late.
Okay,
So
that's fine. We're generally late, but are you thinking like noon late or
I'm thinking like noon late. Yeah, like
okay, all right. So we'll see. We'll see who's available, and if you guys want to start off with campaign and wait for Zwasos, or do something else, we'll check in and find out.
sounds great.